That was either.
Yo, what's up, everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence. Welcome to another PE podcast. Today we've got episode number 58.
8.
Episode number 58. Shout outs to everybody who's here. We're going to have a good show for you guys. It's a little bit different on Twitch. Obviously, I can't schedule things normally. I think you can, but I don't know how to do it yet. So people are going to be filing in as we go along here, and that's fine. We'll be talking about a lot of different stuff. Obviously, rough week this week, guys. I don't think there's anything, there's no other way to say it here. We lost one of the greatest content creators, Nintendo content creators of all time, in my opinion. One of the best, one of the innovators of content creation, Nintendo content creation reactions. Dude literally, put the whole YouTube gaming platform on his back. You guys know the Iceman, Etika, Desmond Amufa, we lost him this week. That was the big news that everybody was talking about, and people are still going through. It's not something that's going to be easy to just it's not going to go away. Obviously, no, it's not like nobody wants that. We want to honor Etika's legacy, and what he did for the gaming community. A lot of our channels, a lot of us took a lot of stuff that he did, and we looked up to him. I call him on Twitter. I called him the number one. He's like All Might. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the number one hero. He was hurting a lot inside, man, but he was always smiling. You would never know by outside. That's like the last
awesome analogy.
Yeah, but he was always smiling. He always did everything with a smile. Yet for years he was going through a lot of pain, but he was always smiling. He always seemed, from everything that I saw about the dude, you know what I'm saying? He always seemed like everything was just fine. But like, he was number one, man. I don't think anybody can sit here and argue in terms of Nintendo content creators. He was number one. He had the most views. He had the most live stream. Like, he was number one. I kind of gave my little just opening thing with that. I want to let Jordan talk, next, because Jordan was actually a close friend to Etika, and had many other friends. His circle of friends were friends with Etika as well. So you can just go ahead and say what you want to say, man.
Well, I mean, I think you said it pretty well. Etika not only helped change the game for streaming and how to just really be yourself online and just let your personality drive your content rather than your content drive what you want to do. Every time I hung out with him, he was the life of the party. He always wanted to have a good time. He wanted to make sure everyone else was having a good time. He'd always make sure you were included. You never felt like an outcast around him, no matter how big he was online, whatever group setting he was in, everyone got to feel like they were included. And it was just great memories I've had in the short time that I've truly known him, which I'd say is around almost 2 years. And yeah, it's a terrible loss. I lost a good friend. We lost someone who was truly trying to make a pretty cool impact on the internet, and it's very unfortunate. And that's why we really have to look at mental health and more than just brushing it off, saying, oh, he's going through something, oh, he's crazy, oh, this, that. There needs to be a bigger conversation and more done about it. And I think that's where I'll leave it at.
Okay, well, sorry to keep on prodding a little bit, Jordan, but I know you've announced some pretty big plans in terms of what you're going to be doing. You want to let people know about that a little bit more?
Sure. So I initially put up a video the other day saying that whatever this video makes, no matter what, 100% of it for the lifetime that it makes money will be donated to various mental health organizations. The first, which of being NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and that unfortunately got demonetized. And after a manual review, still demonetized because I'm guessing, besides the words mental health, the fact that I said the word suicide twice in the video is a big no-no and will instantly get your stuff demonetized, even regarding the situation. So what I'm doing right now is, for the next 3 months, well, the next 2 months and whatever left of this month, whatever I make on content, whatever comes in, all ad revenue will 100% be donated to NAMI. It'll be a bigger sum that way than whatever that video would have made, and now it's literally only made $1, and that's nothing. That's not gonna be what I wanted it to be. So I'll just take the initiative on there and whatever the channel makes. And then I'm going to be starting up within videos ongoing campaigns for donations to these mental health organizations and various other organizations. And we're going to have goals. So like, let's say, hey, we reach $10,000 in the next 2 months. I'll give away a Nintendo Switch or anything out of my pocket to the people who have supported. And stuff like that are continually ongoing to support it. I'm going to be running a podcast here on Twitch roughly once a week about mental health, and I'm going to have people on that want to tell their own stories. I already had people message me that they want to speak on their own stories and what it's like to get it out there. The conversation needs to grow. There's more that you can, that all of us can do. It's not about donating a lot of money. Like a dollar truly can make a difference. Whether it's donating money, whether it's being there for someone, whether it's it's opening up, whatever it needs to be. We all can play a part in being better people and start caring and stopping the stigma against mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, man. Well said. I'll go ahead and move to Avedon. Your thoughts on this, man?
It's unfortunate. Like, kind of piggyback a little bit off what Jordan said. One of the biggest things I learned from Etika is to put your personality first before the content. And that's been one of the biggest things that has been the shift for my channel, because I started my channel back in 2016, but it was really 2018. I said I was going to put more of my real personality behind each and every video. And it was encouraging. It was encouraging to see, someone who could, just one person could live stream and they could generate that many people to watch his streams. And whether it's for good or for bad reasons, it was just an amazing feat. Like you said, OJ, it's like he was the number one out of the Nintendo YouTubers. It's everyone knew him. And honestly, with all that's happened, it really made me say, is just to take your own mental health seriously, really, take some days off, take some time to self-reflect more, take some time to look back to see, is there anything holding you back? Is there anything you're harboring that, you may need to address? If you need to go, get help, go seek help. If you need to get professional help, or if you just need to call a friend, it's, find people that you can really talk to. Because the most heartbreaking thing from Etika's last video that I picked up was he felt that he pushed everyone away and that he had nobody. That to me is what hit me the hardest. He felt that he had nobody. So it's even, and I know mental health is way more complex than that. So it's like it can really mess with your mind, because the mind is literally the most powerful muscle in the body. So it's like you can't fathom. I can't even fathom what he, what was going through his mind. It's like I just feel really, really. I feel for him. That's all I can say. I really feel for him, because it's like you see someone who, bless you, you see someone who's constantly laughing, someone who's constantly making other people feel good about themselves. It really brings the adage back, and not to sound cliche, really check on your small friends. Like, take initiative to check on your friends. Like, yo, you good? It's like, is everything all right? And just keeping an eye on your strong friends as well. That's really all I got to say.
Absolutely. I didn't know if Baron, did you want to say anything on the matter, or?
You said what? What I wanted to say.
Yeah,
of course I want to say something. Why would I want to say anything?
I didn't know if you were like, if you watched.
I'm just messing with you, man. It's getting too tense in here. I had to,
okay,
lighten it up a little.
Gotcha. Go ahead, man.
Look, man. I'm gonna break the sad, the sad little tense atmosphere right now. He reminded me a lot of myself a little bit, because he was like, he didn't give a damn. He just believed whatever he wanted to believe and told everybody the way he felt, and he didn't care. And he was like charismatic. I felt like when I first started YouTube, like I was like the only person that was like a crazed Nintendo fan. And when I first discovered him and I first watched him, I was like, this man is a fool. I enjoyed watching this man. He made me laugh all the time. And you're right, he became the biggest like Nintendo content creator on YouTube, period, hands down. And that will definitely be missed. That will definitely be missed because there was nobody like him. It was more than anything, he made you laugh, and that's really what you want. When you get on YouTube, you're trying to get escape from real life, and he helped you escape from real life by bringing you the laughter and the humor. Like it was really good, and it also was a plus that he was a Nintendo fan, so he was a very gravitating, charismatic like person. So I think that's one of what I don't know him personally, but I think that's one of the things he will want everybody to remember him about him. Is just his charismatic. He was like a charismatic enigma, man. It was just like you could not help but to gravitate toward him. So
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think one of my favorite things that when Etika did was like the Super Smash Brothers reveals. They're always my favorite, man. Like when he would do the Super Smash and like the fake Joy-Cons and like, you know,
oh man,
and Alice was like backing away slowly and he was like Joy-Con boys, like, and like the chat was like 5 million freaking like comments a second, man. It was nuts. Like there were so many cool times over the years, you know, and I talked about this in my video that I did, but man, like dude came up so fast. Like it was long because it took him a while, because I don't know if you go all the way back to when Etika first started, like he looked, talked, spoke completely different than how you see him, you know, how you saw him towards the end.
He did.
Yeah, he was, you know, he was called the Iceman. He was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He spoke like, seriously, he spoke like somebody from like 1989. You know what I'm saying? He reminded me of like a 1989 like rapper, the way that he spoke from like Brooklyn or Queens or wherever that. He really reminded me of that. If you ever get to see some of his old footage, so different from what you saw now, you know, and what he did back then. Like he wanted to be like oh, go ahead.
You know, Review Bruh, the report of the week, the food guy.
Mm-hmm.
He really, if you look at Etika's old stuff, it was like very similar. I feel they have a very similar vibe. They just kind of sit there, no nonsense, in like their own kind of meme way, have like subtle jokes, but don't show it. It really reminds me of that.
Because Etika, the thing is, a lot of people see Etika how you saw him right now, but Etika, it took him a while. He tried a multitude of things, from battle rapping videos to professional presentation videos, to mixed in with gaming, to like I'm like the reporter, like reporter with a little bit, like serious reporter with a little bit of personality. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that. He did various different things from starting from the beginning of the 2000s, like 2010s, all the way up until it wasn't until like, you know, like the Fire Emblem Awakening. I think that was his kind of like breakthrough, like where he started getting really popular, was that playthrough of Fire Emblem Awakening, like the waifu stuff, the horror, things like that. And then like Smash Brothers, and like once Smash Brothers came out, that's when he hit the ground. Like it was done. But I remember when he used to record videos in a room, like seriously, like half the size of this room, and like split into 4 different sections. And he would record videos from there. And he had like 40,000 subscribers back then. So dude was having like 40,000, 50,000 subscribers recording in that type of situation. You can see that he was passionate about what he did. You know what I'm saying? Even all the way back, things like, I think I subscribed to him like around when he had like 30, 40-ish thousand subscribers. I was like, oh, who's this guy? He has this, this guile haircut. It's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's when I subscribed to him. So, man, just so many memories, dude. So many memories of watching him.
Did you just say guile haircut?
He had a guile.
Back then, it wasn't. He didn't have a blockhead. You know what's in the blockhead?
It was a guile haircut.
It was more like Turtle. It was more like Guile than Block. Yeah, and Kid and Play.
It's still a damn box, bro.
It was like a guy. It was like at one point it was like a Guile. Then it was
at one point it was.
And then it was like at one point it was a Guile, and then he kind of got a little bit more
like Kid and
Play-ish. But at one point it was definitely a Guile. I mean, they nicknamed him Galkun in Japan. Did you guys know?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, they nicknamed him Galkun in Japan, dude.
Galkun.
I think the best thing that we can take away from everything is look at online, look at Twitter, look at all these stories, all the people that he was able to reach out and and touch or build up or inspire or be there for over these years. Like the stories that have come out of this they're heartbreaking, they're heartwarming. There's so many incredible stories, and I think right now than ever, the amount of positive support and the amount of coming togetherness online right now, like we're getting people coming together and starting up memorial like shops that all go to charity, and people are doing stuff that's similar to what I'm doing, or they're selling stickers to raise money for it, and they're all being there. Or all the Joy-Con boys in New York went to the bridge today and had a ceremony for Etika, and all these strangers coming together like this, bringing the community together. This is the best thing we can take away. This was Etika's power, his strength. He knew everyone and anyone, and now we're all coming together in celebration of someone who we cared about. And it's incredible to see in such a dark time, but this is the light that is going to keep us moving forward, and in his honor, be better. We can all be better.
Hell yeah.
We can all do something selfishless, go and help someone, whether it's helping them move, like I said on Twitter, or just being there to listen, or whatever it needs to be. Help someone, reach out to your friends and family, tell people you love them more often, check up on people. I think this is the greatest thing that has come out of it, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. We also have to evaluate how we look at social media too, and how we look at things going forward. What you say, like you said, be better, but what is said, how you react, what you do. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm getting kind of goosebumps thinking about this. Like, if you're a content creator, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You don't dance for anybody for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. You don't have to. Think about how you treat people on social media. Think about what you're going to say if you're somebody think about everything, man. Really, really think about it. Because, I was talking like this. I really feel that Etika was such a performer, was such an entertainer. He felt that this is what he needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it felt like that to me.
I think it's important as a creator to have a good amount of other friends in the same job space, so you can talk to about this stuff, someone who may understand more than a close friend or a family member. And I'll tell you this, and I know Avedon, now first hand, like at too many games, the amount of creators that just get together and are able to just talk about the problems that they're dealing with behind the scenes, and what can we do to get out of situations, or to get us out of the stress, or to sleep better. And we're all communicating and talking, and these conventions or these meetups, like that's kind of a lot of the reason, like myself and a lot of other people go. It's really not to go to the con. Like, sure, that's fun, you can see stuff, you can buy stuff, that's great, but it's seeing all these people and you talk to on Discord or online, and there's still that disconnect though. You're not there. And when you're there with them, it becomes a whole nother level. The bonding experience, going out to eat, just talking all day while you're sitting at a booth, like there's so much that can come out of it in a good way. So if you're a content creator who's of any size, it doesn't matter if you're a guest or you're just going to the con. If you have the opportunity to go to a convention and to be around similar people who feel or do the same things, do it. You have nothing to lose. Take that experience. It's scary maybe the first time if you've never done it, but it's an incredible experience, and that's why I still continue to go to the ones I go to see all my friends a few times a year.
Yeah, OJ, Baron, you guys gotta come next year.
I'm totally look. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Go. Which convention is this?
Too many games.
Wait, where's that at?
Is it Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Where? What part of Pennsylvania?
Like an hour outside of Philly.
Not even an hour, like 45 minutes.
In what town, people? In what city?
It's Collegeville?
It's like bordering a couple. It's in the convention center's in Oaks, but the hotels are technically in Phoenixville. Okay. Even though it's like literally not even a mile away from the convention center.
Yeah.
It's a walkable distance.
Oh, I thought it was in Philly. I was about to say nope.
No, it's like 45 hour outside.
Barry's like, I'm not doing the hood.
Staying away from that dirty ass town.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. I got my portable capture card, which can stream, and I can do everything that I need to do if I need to work. I got my laptop. So I'm set. I'm ready. I didn't have those things beforehand, which made me very nervous to travel. Now I got my portable streaming here. I got my laptop that I can use. I'm good to go when it comes to things now. So now I have no excuse.
Yeah, no, you definitely got to come out next year. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go to too many games next year. I'm almost positive. I'm definitely gonna be there.
So basically, you're saying you're coming to Dragon Con. That's what you're saying.
Is that what it's? Too many.
No, that's a different convention near Baron, because he doesn't have to travel far for that. Baron out here being cheap. He's like, why take a flight when I can drive down the block?
Next year, I'm going to E3 for real. I'm saving the money now, so I go to E3 next year.
Next year's E3 is going to be better, I hope, with the new consoles. So.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all know how much I hate E3. I hate E3. LA, because I was just in LA.
LA is not. It's not as. Ooh.
It's not as glamorous.
I've been there once.
Oh, it's the opposite of glamorous.
I was upset how expensive everything was when I got there. It pissed me off.
It's worse than New York. I'm sure.
It's expensive, and like people live on top of like businesses. It's so weird in LA.
Yeah, that happens in compact cities. They'll lease out the top of their buildings as apartments.
Yeah, that's famous in New York too.
They compact everything in Los Angeles. Everything's compact. Like the park, dude. Y'all better lose some weight too, because the parking. When you come out of your car, you have a sliver of space to get out of your car in these parking complexes. A sliver of space, man. You barely got no space to get out of your damn car, man. I was like, I had to like suck in, man. And I'm not that big of a guy to begin with. So, man,
the gas prices are
That's why nobody drives. That's why there's 5 billion people. Like, dude, it felt like a freaking movie. There was like 5 million people walking. Because I went on a Monday morning, so obviously everybody's going to work, school, whatever the case is. Dude, there were way more people walking than driving easily. Like free. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were so many people walking. Like, so many people. It was crazy. Which you don't see that here. Like, everybody drives here. Like, you don't see people walking because, one, you're gonna get heat stroke if you walk where I'm at in Central Valley. You're gonna get heat stroke and die. But two, you just don't see that. Even like downtown. Like when I go downtown, there's like nobody walking anywhere. Everybody's just driving their cars. So it's such a different atmosphere, you know. And it's not even that far away from where I live. Oh, and I saw 3 accidents on the way between there and back. 3 accidents. So.
Oh, you think that's something?
Hey man,
I seen somebody get run over by a car today.
Oh my god, that's not fun.
Well, no, he was alive, but obviously his legs were a little bit,
not Gucci.
No.
All right.
Yeah, he survived that though, but it was crazy to see.
I'm glad he survived. That's good.
Yeah.
A couple different shout outs. Shout outs to Kono, best switched 55, and also shout out to Party Production with the 200 bits, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Or Core Crystal says, yo, just in time for the stream. Smiley face, hashtag Joy-Con Boys. Shout outs, man. Joy-Con Boys. Well, I think we've expired, just a bit in terms of the topic here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing here, guys. We're going to be discussing Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo teaming up to kind of go against these supposed Trump tariffs that could be going on China, which will hurt the game industry, according to Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. So I'm going to go ahead and read the article here in terms of the what's going on. So let me go ahead and get this here. So in an unprecedented display of solidarity, the world's leading video game console manufacturers this is from Polygon, issued a statement against President Donald Trump's proposed 25% tariffs on consoles manufactured in China. Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony say that the costs will ultimately be passed down to the American consumers, and the proposal would put at risk the jobs of more than 220,000 Americans, including hundreds of small businesses. So the issue is a soon-to-be-finalized list of goods imported from China, which are tariffs that the Trump administration has asked the United States to trade representative with creating. So if video game consoles are added to that list, they would cost the major console manufacturers 25% more to import virtually overnight. So here's the statement that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo all jointly made. So let's see here. Regarding the proposed modification of action pursuant to Section 301, docket number 1, blah, 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 blah. It says, Dear Mr. Barloon, which is, I guess, the guy who's handling the stuff here with the, for the government representative, Microsoft Corporation, Microsoft Nintendo of America, Inc., Nintendo, and Sony Interactive Entertainment, LLC, SIE, respectively submit these joint written comments in response to the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative's USTR request for public comments regarding products imported from China that could be subject to tariffs pursuant to the USTR's Section 301 investigation of China's acts, policies, and practices related to the technological transfer, intellectual property, IP. Technology transfer and innovation. At the outset, we note that we support the Entertainment Software Association ESA submission requesting removal of the broader range of video gaming related harmonized tariff schedule of the United States. Subheadings of the final tariff list. As leading video game console manufacturers, we submit this separate submission to highlight the enormous impact and undue economic harm that proposed tariffs on the video game consoles would have on the entire video game ecosystem. In particular, the tariffs on video game consoles would injure consumers, video game developers, retailers, and console manufacturers, put thousands of high-value, rewarding U.S. jobs at risk, and stifle innovation in our industry and beyond. So they basically said, we appreciate there's more to it, but we don't want this. So, Jordan, what are your thoughts on this, man? How do you feel?
I really don't know how to feel, especially when it gets into political stuff. I mean, I don't want to pay more if the cost goes down to me for paying more for the console. That sucks. Of course, I don't want that. But I really don't really have any thoughts more than this is really the first I'm really learning about it. I didn't really look into it, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I don't really have too many opinions on this. Sorry.
All right, no problem. All right, so Baron, what are your thoughts, man?
I feel like this can be probably a potential of a serious problem. It got to be serious if Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo put together a statement together to combat this. So it got to be serious, and I think it really has a lot to do with it's going to affect gaming as a whole per se, but I think it's going to affect hardware more, and I think that's why they joint together to try to combat it. Because number one, two of them are trying to launch new systems next year. So I think this don't go into effect till next year, I believe. That's why they're trying to combat it now. You got two companies trying to launch new systems, and you got one who's on fire right now in momentum, and I think their system is being made in China as well. So this can have a major effect on their plans of launching new systems. That's a big increase. What is it? Increase 25%?
It's 25. It's 25%. So you're looking at $375 for the Switch. If the new systems are about $400, you're looking at about $500 because 25% of $400 is $100 extra. And if you're looking at if it's the system's going to cost $500, then you're looking at spending about $625 on a new console altogether.
Yeah, and we know $600 is the price tag of death. So, we know that's the price tag of death right there. So I can understand the urgency by Sony and Microsoft.
100%.
And Nintendo could probably weather a Switch increase in price, even though people would be like, what the hell is going on? But that $600 price tag of death is not something Sony and Microsoft want to deal with. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the hard thing. And then it might affect cost of actual games. We might end up playing $70, $80 for games or something. So it's oh man.
Well,
I just hope they get it situated, because that would be a sucky way for somebody to really have to change their plans for next generation because of this. So
I'm just gonna point this out. It's slightly off topic, but just to ice break. Nice curtains, OJ.
Hmm?
Nice curtains.
Oh,
You talking about them great value curtains, man?
Yeah, and they were at Amazon for like $30 for two. So I was like, hell yeah, great value. It's even greater value. But what they would be, this is greater value brand, dude. They were easy to put up too. They were Velcro. You just, they were simple.
Right.
I've actually had them for a while, but somebody was complaining. Somebody said, is it me or does OJ have two floating white boxes around his head? I was like, all right. I was like, that's enough of this. Like, that's enough of these.
That was my derail moment. To get back on topic though, I feel as though the greater thing that this would really impact is the job market. It's not so much. I'm not really concerned so much like the consoles going up is a big problem. But the bigger problem will be the actual job market because there are, like you said, there are employees that work here overseas. You know, they're not stationed overseas. There's employees over here. So shipping products overnight from one office to the next, that's going to be an issue in itself. So doing that on a yearly basis, I'm really thinking like how will, Nintendo and Sony, Microsoft, how are they going to combat this and actually win? Because this is something that I wasn't really prepared to see. So, yeah. Pretty much say my thoughts about the prices. The prices are ridiculous. Like as Baron said, spending over $600 on a console, you might as well forget about it. $500 is like your cap. So it's either these companies are going to take a loss by lowering the price of the console to supplement the tax, or they're going to keep it at full price to for that demographic that doesn't have to pay, for every other country that doesn't have to pay that tax, and just rely on these other countries to get their profits.
Yeah. In terms of my thoughts, man, it seems like to me that this is not going to be good. It seems like it's heading towards something that's going to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not big into the whole politics thing, man. Like whatever, bro. Like at this point, so for me, it's like, okay, well, what's going to directly affect me? What's going to directly affect, all the PE ninja out there? What's going to directly affect everybody out there? And it seems like, this is politics aside. I mean, but it's kind of hard to separate the two because like there's a policy that's going to affect prices. And this is going to be bad, especially for Microsoft and Sony, because obviously the more expensive your system, right, the harder you get hit, right?
Exactly.
So $375 for a Switch. If that's the case, Nintendo's already moved their systems outside of manufacturing in China, but they're still getting ready to launch in China, and they still obviously have products and stuff that would probably come out of there. So that's the reason why they're like, "Oh, wait a minute." Some people are saying, "Oh, well, they already moved it out there. Why they have an issue?" Obviously, there's still an issue. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's still an issue here when it comes to stuff. So I'm a little bit worried about what that can lead to. And if I were Microsoft and Sony, for sure, absolutely, you need to get this thing. Something needs to happen because, like, this is not a good look. This is not a good look at all.
It's not, bro. Can you just imagine both of those consoles coming out at $600, bro?
And software is still going to be, they're not going to like, oh, it's $600, now we're going to subsidize the price of software. Nah, software is still going to be minimum, same thing, $60, So, heck, there's even some rumors that $65 might be the new thing, $64.99 for certain titles.
They're going to try to spread that cost across a wide range. So it's going to be hardware, software, maybe, online subscriptions too.
Oh, absolutely. Like, Sony's raised the price twice already.
So it's like, man, that sucks, bro. As much as I drag on Sony and stuff, but that just sucks, bro. That sucks to have this happen in the midst of you trying to launch a new console.
It's horrible. You always want good competition. That's what you want, right? You don't want Sony to come up with a system that's $600. You don't want them to come up with a system that's even like $500. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want it to be affordable. You want the developers to be able to develop and everybody to be, good. They can afford the system because software is expensive, no matter what, unless you wait for a very long time, which I do. But unless you wait, if you're a PlayStation or Xbox gamer, it's pricey.
You can wait 6 months to a year. Nintendo software though,
Well, Nintendo software never goes down. But before we used to save more money because Nintendo wouldn't release so many damn games like all the time. See, but now it's actually catching up to us because they've, all the games that came out on 3DS are also coming out on Switch. Oh, and by the way, they're not 40 before. It's $40. You have Best Buy Gamers Club. It's cheaper. So it's a little bit different now. It's a little bit different. Yo, shout outs. We got a big Toby Blaster donation coming through. Thank you so much. Let me check out to see who that was. Andy, yo, what's up? My boy Andy with the 15. He says, "What's good, gents and fringe?" Question mark.
Fringe.
So, what's up?
Shout outs to Andy. Thank you for the big donation today, my man. I appreciate that. Toby Blaster. You guys got those Rasengans. Please spam it in the chat for my dude Andy. Thank you for coming out to the stream. So yeah, it's an interesting type of thing. Evan over here from the Spawncast, shout outs to Evan. He says, last I heard, China was shipping to Korea, then sending to America to avoid. I have to look back into it. Busy now. Okay, you're always busy drawing something or making something or.
He was drawing
at the con.
Yeah,
at the booth. Well, he had the shirts out. He was sketching. He made Spawn. It was really dope.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, Evan's top tier, man. I'm surprised that you don't work. I'm surprised that Evan doesn't work for like a company, being doing like art and all that. Maybe he just wants to.
You remember this from the background?
Oh, you got it. Yeah, you got it.
This is his great work. There was glass over this, but my fat ass broke the glass.
You sat on it?
I leaned into it, and all I heard was I was sitting there. I was talking with Boogie, because he was sitting right next to me, and I was just like, yeah, like I was into the conversation. As soon as I was like, oh, come on. And I reached my hand under my jacket because I didn't see it. My jacket was over it. Just a big old crack through it, and I carefully threw away all the glass. But man, still in great condition, and it's amazing.
Dude, Evan takes all that time to do that for you, and that's how you repay him.
Imagine breaking it, and he's like 5 feet away from you.
Yeah, would have been worse.
And he looked at me. He's like, what? I was like, well, it is what it is. I'm sorry.
I'm just. Are you sure? Like John didn't sweep at him and say, "How do we fix this?" Like he just a picture of him saying, "Like next on Techway, we fixed Jordan Fringe's glasses." Just a picture of him with a broken glass.
We have about 133 pieces of broken shard glass, and what we're gonna do is a very easy fix. All right, you just need a little bit of Elmer's glue and a little bit of determination, and we can get this bad boy working again.
John's like, I have an empty wrapper, and I bought a $3 Switch. Can I fix this?
Guys, we have an issue today. So I have this watch right here. My wrist is over here. Now, actually, if we put it on like this, spin it around, I think I could clamp this part into the hook right here. It's a little bit tricky sometimes.
Oh, man.
And then you throw it in, and you put the little latch in there, and boom. That's how you wear a watch. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. If you didn't enjoy it, hit the dislike button. All right, see you next time on Spawn Builds Things. Does he have a name for that show yet?
Techwave.
I mean, it's not like about tech anymore. It's just him opening stuff. He's not like, hey guys, let's talk about the new cell phone that came out. Like the other tech reviewers, he's like, hey, let me just open this SNES. Like, let me just see what's inside. Oh, a motherboard. I just expect that.
I just watched him pull out the most ghetto Switch I've ever seen in my life. I bought this Switch that was literally sat on, freaking ran over, destroyed, blown up. I can fix this bitch. Don't worry.
I like how he was like, I got this $50 PS4. It doesn't have the faceplate. We're gonna test it out. He's great, man. He literally was buying stuff at the con just to open up. It was great.
He literally was.
Oh, it was great. Yeah. It was great. Good stuff. I watch all those. Those are all great, by the way. I watch them when I'm at the gym. Those are my times where I watch all the boys' videos. When I watch all you guys' videos, it's at the gym. Because I usually watch live streamers. Like when I have a little bit of free time, I watch live stream at home. But when I'm at the gym, that's when I watch all the boys.
You gotta catch up.
Yeah. I put them on my watch later. Whenever I just put them all on my watch later than when I'm gonna go to the gym, because I do an hour of cardio, so I can knock out all you guys' videos right there.
You do a what?
I
do an hour of cardio.
No, wait. You do a what?
An hour of cardio.
You's a liar.
I swear.
You're the liar.
Hey,
I bought it.
Want to see my? I take pictures.
Uh-oh.
I
take the receipts.
I take pictures. Here, let me show y'all some of my results.
My story. Thanks for listening.
I gotta get the receipts and confirmation.
Oh no, I'll show you the receipt. I'll show you the receipts right here.
He's photoshopping it real quick.
The other day, I ran 10 miles.
Essence podcast.
Taking a while to put that together, ain't you?
Hold up.
I can't see that. What?
Yeah, lock the screen. I'm gonna lock the screen. So
Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to see.
OJ's serious about.
But
I can't see that.
You can't. It's hard. It's kind of hard to see. But I mean, I can say.
Man, that thing said 30 minutes.
It said 65 on there. It says 65.
I see it.
It says
3 and a 0.
It says 65, 737 calories, and
I thought that's how many points you scored.
5.90. I'm literally. I'll send it to you guys later. But no, y'all think I don't run? I run at least an hour of cardio. At least.
OJ,
Yeah.
I bought a treadmill, right?
Yeah.
And it got delivered like right when I left for too many games, but the box was destroyed. So it's like I literally have a broken treadmill that Amazon's picking back up tomorrow, but the new one got delivered today. So I finally have a treadmill. It's a portable one I can put in front of my TV. So if I'm gaming or watching something, I don't feel like I'm just sitting like a slouch, on a couch,
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are my Dr. Seuss bars today. That's my new book coming out, The Slouch on the Couch.
That's good stuff. But Baron, you should believe. Did you see my videos last year and how big I was? And now how? You don't remember?
That's last year, buddy. That's last year.
Yeah, I had to lose the weight. I had to lose the weight somehow. What do you want? Because you know how people go to the gym, they sit there, they lift weights, and then they're a year later, they're still the same, right?
Yeah, because they don't know what they do.
Yeah, because they don't know what they're doing. If you want to lose weight, you got to do cardio. People try to sit there and either you don't eat, okay? You either starve yourself or you do cardio. So lifting weights ain't gonna help you lose a ton of weight. It ain't.
Water helps too.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next topic here. I guess we're not gonna be talking about that anymore.
Our next topic is how to shower correctly. Remember, it feels like we've been talking about anything but video games. Like,
can I make a comment on that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Feel free.
I heard this on the radio like a week ago, and the question was they was asking people to call in and answer this question. So I'm gonna ask the panel: do you wash your legs when you shower?
What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, because
I can see why some people might forget, though. Have I forgotten to wash my legs? Yes. I've forgotten.
You just stop at your taint and you're like, all right, I'm done.
Because I just clean down there. I mean, sometimes I don't go to the legs, But sometimes I've forgotten.
Your legs, not the private area.
Bro.
Do you wash your whole legs when you shower?
Yeah, I do. But I forgot. There's times where I've forgotten, though. For sure.
Okay.
I've forgotten sometimes.
I'm pretty sure I wash my legs in the shower. I think it's essential. I think washing your whole body.
People don't do that.
Essential.
People don't do that.
Even the bottom of your feet. You don't want to get gangrene now, do you?
The responses I heard on air was hilarious. They were like, "Well, I don't wash my legs because the water run down them anyway." I'm like, "What?"
I mean, as a fair counterpoint, sure, but at the same time, if you're washing all the gross stuff off here, what do you think it's dripping down to? Your legs, where you're not washing.
Oh man, it was hilarious, man. It was something to really think about. People really think differently. But yeah, go ahead.
It's like I can put water on a stain; it's not going to get it out. You have to scrub it after you put the water on it.
And then somebody said that, Jordan, and the dude called up and said, "Well, my legs are protected all day because I'm in pants." Like, okay.
yeah, but if you're sweating at all, it's still all in the same. I mean,
it was hilarious.
Weird, man.
I've never heard stuff like that.
That's like I heard girls say growing up. Hey, don't forget to wash behind your ears. But, hey,
you got a tier 1.
Hey, wash your legs.
Yo, shout outs with the gift. Pyronite gifting to Sean EZ with the gifted. Thank you so much with the sub. I appreciate that, man. Shout outs. Thank you, sir. Hopefully you enjoy the emotes. And shout outs to Cable Dude 25 with the follow as well, man. But yeah, I think everybody should wash your legs, guys. Like, wash your legs.
If they're not washing their legs, what are they? I don't even think they're like. I think they're just doing like pits and taint, and then they're out. Like they're not like fully washing. They're too lazy to do their legs, which takes. I think
people just do their upper body and don't actually.
No, this is how. If they're not doing their legs, this is how they do their upper body. They take like a soap or the loofah and they go, done. Like they just rub the chest. They don't clean their back. They don't like go up and down their arm. Like, come on, clean yourselves.
I gotta take a full shower because like when you go to the gym, like obviously, yeah. And like if you wear,
you feel icky after the gym.
Yeah, and if you wear lotion on your body and you don't wash your legs, it's gonna peel up. You guys ever have that before? Like the lotion, because you didn't wash the lotion off, so then it becomes flaky. So that's happened to me before. So you gotta wash your legs too.
I don't know.
Oh, this dude put it on Twitter already.
Yeah, I did put it. I tagged you guys.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Oh my god!
Y'all want to see the receipts?
Right, you got it.
Wanted somebody to see that.
Y'all want the receipts? I told y'all.
Man, wait a minute. You only burnt 700 calories. What was you walking? How slow was you going?
I interval.
Oh, okay. You was interval. Okay.
Yeah, interval. I interval.
Walk and run, then walk. Go back up
yeah, because then it's not too bad on your knees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have a bad ankle, so I can't really run.
And
but
your
I
ankles.
can.
I've played football on the most jacked up ankles ever. Seriously, I swear my ankle's hanging from a thread. They was like, "You got to get in there." I'm like, "Oh god."
Dude, I'm really scared, like tearing anything out, on it when I do anything, because like both of them are pretty bad, but my left ankle is pretty bad. I heard it pretty bad like about 10 years ago skateboarding. So
damn, you heard it when you were like 7?
Yeah, I heard it when I was like 4, dude.
He said,
I was riding my little Walmart Yu-Gi-Oh skateboard.
3 years old. It's like, hey, mom, what? Ah, my ankle.
Look at this sick kick flip. Oh shit, ma. It was. I never broke it, but I sprained it quite a lot, and there was a pretty bad sprain over a 7 stair, and I wasn't ready for a 7 stair at that point. But I wanted to look cool for the rest of the crew because they were all doing it, even if they messed up. So I was like, I got this. Landed right on my ankle, rolled it. And I was like, oh. And I just sat there, like, holding my ankle for like 20 minutes, just going, ow.
My ankle.
I was just making a noise because I was like out of breath. I was like, good times. Good. Hey, now I have a terrible walking life because it hurts after a little while. That's great.
Are you wearing ankle braces?
I don't currently. Like,
you gotta wear those.
I used to
when you start getting on that treadmill.
Yeah, no, I'll be back up in that.
Yeah, I bought those. What's it called? Those Spawn Wave jackets. I started using them. Man, why was my whole bottom half soaked in my own sweat? It was ridiculous. I didn't like it.
You gotta wash your legs.
Because no, John, like the other day, John was like, hey guys, like this is what you need to do. Like if you really want to, like if you're plateauing, want to lose some more weight off your core. John suggested us to get these, what are they, like matted vests?
Yeah, it's like a vest, yeah.
Like a heat vest, and it helps you sweat more on your core. And I'm seeing, yeah, it's definitely working. But the problem is that all the sweat goes down to your like your ass and like everywhere down there.
All right,
you gotta do the wearing a trash bag method.
That's basically the old school trash bag method. But one method that does work just as good is plastic wrap. Just wrap your torso in plastic wrap.
Dude, I can just imagine that. Put the gross thought to me, like it's sticking to you not only because it's cling wrap, but it's also sweat. Oh
yeah,
no,
you just do it around your core.
Even on my body,
wrap it around your torso just twice.
I don't even want to peel that off.
It'll get the same effect.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, these vests aren't expensive. I bought 3 of them for $45. So
I haven't put mine on yet. How tight was it? Like, is it a tight fit for the size you got?
Well, yeah, I got a large because me and John are pretty much the same size. Did you get a large, Jordan?
I got an XL.
Okay, let's see. But take that large back.
Yes, guys, I'm fat.
No, I didn't say it that. I didn't say it that way. Damn it.
Yes, guys, I like eating a whole thing of Oreos and hating myself.
You see how OJ always got that slick shade.
Shit.
Bro. He always got that slick shade.
It wasn't slick shade.
What I was trying to say is that I heard like what Spawn said. No matter what size you get, even if it's your correct size, that it still is very tight on purpose.
Yeah, it's tight.
So was it? It was tight on you.
It's snug for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's snug.
I haven't put it on yet. I brought mine to too many games, but John he was only there for Friday, Saturday. We didn't have time to go to the gym together right across the street.
I didn't want Jordan to waste his money. Like he brings it and then it doesn't fit and then he has to take it back. So I was like,
all the highest size they had was XL. So if that didn't work, then I'm screwed.
I didn't know what the highest size was or anything. But I thought you'd be an XL. But I mean, like, It's not a big deal for XL. There are people that are like triple XL and quadruple XL.
Oh, okay,
so,
OJ, we get it. We get it, Dora.
What are you trying to call me, fat or something?
You ain't gotta get,
Hey, well, look, I'll call you fat the day that they have to cut you out of your apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like take you to the hospital, like the old school, like those old school shows. Then I'll call you fat. How about that?
Oh
man?
man,
Listen, I'm on a very
wouldn't take
health
that.
conscious initiative right now. I have a lot of pending. Like, I have to do it. Me and Austin John are on like a weight loss thing together. And were you there when I told Spawn?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was there.
Italy?
Yeah.
I told him. I said I said 30 by the end of the year, 30 pounds by the end of the year. Right? They're like, no, do 20. It's going to be hard. So they said, so by the end of the year, if I don't lose 20 pounds, I told Spawn to kick me off the Spawn cast and never invite me on again.
You know he's not going to kick you off. You know that, right?
No, I told him. I said I'm going to make you hold it to it. If you don't force it, I'll just leave. Like I have to.
John's
my
too
shame.
nice of a guy.
Oh no, he's way too nice of a dude. But
I'm gonna kick John off the podcast if he does. Kick
that him off his own podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick. He can't do that to you if you don't.
Man, yo, that is gonna be an easy goal to hit.
I feel like that's why I was putting up to 30. I'm like, 220. I've done weight loss things before, like especially when I hit keto hard at the beginning of 2018. I dropped in 2 weeks. I was down 14 pounds. So it's like I can drop the weight if I put it into it, but that's why I got the treadmill. I really don't have the time to go to the gym, which sucks. But if I can incorporate it into me doing other stuff, then that'll work out. So if I have time to watch a film or play a game for something, I can just walk on the treadmill for a few hours while doing that. Absolutely. And it'll be good. Plus I have some goals to hit also throughout the, like I want to be, because last year when I made my video, I said I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to get to a certain weight by my birthday on September 1st, and then by Retropalooza in October, I want to be like beach body ready, but in the winter,
Yo, like, and if you get to that weight, like where you want to be at in September, think of how much better you're gonna feel like with Borderlands coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll be pretty excited for that.
Yeah, your body will be good, better will work. I know you're working hard to make sure that is, that's gonna happen. But then also you get to play the cool game comes out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me in general, like in terms of my weight loss, man, it was because my thing was I was balding. Like that was my thing. I was balding. It was getting really bad, and like I was out of breath. Literally just walking around the house, I'd be somewhat out of breath sometimes, man. Like,
man, what would you eat? McDonald's every meal? God,
I was stressed. I was in a bad situation with somebody. Yep. I was stressed. It was just the channel was doing all right, but it was just stress from the situation. And just being in a bad situation and just you're not eating. I ate too many chips and I wasn't exercising the way that I need to. I was going to the gym and I lift weights. I go to the gym and I do a little bit of cardio, but not enough. And I wouldn't go to the gym. I go like once or twice a week. No, you can't go once or twice a week if you're trying to lose like a lot. You got to exercise a number of times if you're going to eat the way that you're going to eat. And my problem is sugar too. Sugar, I've always liked sugar.
Sugar is going to be your downfall.
Exactly. Sugar's horrible, especially if you don't go to the gym. Now, if you exercise and if you lift, you exercise and do all that, like then you can control it. But if you don't, that was my problem. I was eating way too much sugar, was not going to the gym enough, stressed.
And that's kind of the difference for like somebody like, maybe Avedon and me and you, we have athletic backgrounds. And this is why when everybody asks me about what to do, I always tell them cut the sugar. Yeah. You know what I mean? Unless you are an athlete, I mean, seriously, like unless you was an athlete, OJ played football, you just play basketball. Or
I would love to play basketball again. I used to play basketball a lot.
Yeah, if you're not actively in a league or a semi-pro league or something like that, cut the sugar completely. That thing will destroy you faster than anything. Because with athletes, they're burning the sugar before it can really even do any damage. They're just burning it. So,
I mean, have you seen how The Rock eats in a day?
Oh, The Rock eats. Oh, I can't eat that much. It's like 6,000
But he turns
calories.
He eats. He works out. He eats. He works. He just keeps putting on himself. Like he just keeps putting on another layer of muscle every day. Like it's just.
It's crazy that he's bigger now than when he was a wrestler.
It's funny. He literally is twice his size.
He's
And
twice,
can you imagine
he's like twice the size.
he ate himself. Can you imagine in 10 more years or 20 more years? Dude, this guy is literally going to be like a giant. Like, he's the real life Hulk at this point.
And the thing about it, he was already big and buff when he was in WWE or WWF or whatever.
And he's not big like how like the show buff people look, where they look like they're about to explode. He's big, but he looks proportional, and he somehow kept that from how he looked back then. Like, no, he is just like
he looks like a Gears of War dude. He looks like
yeah.
He looks like a Gears of War dude.
He would probably he could play Dom in a movie.
Dom or Cole, either. Well, the thing about Rock is that his skin color. You can have him play somebody black, or you can have him play somebody Hispanic.
I mean, technically Cole was the funny one, so you could throw him.
Well, no, because there was a movie. What was the movie where he was like the football coach that used to deal with like like
Gridiron Gang?
Yeah, like he used to,
was that
Walking
Tall? Which one was
he used to deal with kids that were like delinquent kids. It was like
Gridiron Gang.
Yeah, a true story. Like that coach was black, dude. Like black as in like black.
Black Popo? That's how
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he was like, you know how Rock is like, you know, mixed.
I know what you meant. I was just being.
Yeah, but like that guy, I'm like, oh, we'll get The Rock to play. That guy, dude, look nothing like The Rock. We'll get The Rock to play that guy.
I mean,
that's based off a true story.
The Rock was almost Superman, so.
I think that was before though The Rock got super buff though. I think that was
he's Black Adam in DC's universe when they start using him soon.
Yeah,
that's his character.
That's gonna be crazy.
I like how Jason Momoa, who is like I think a great Aquaman, and the movie surprised the hell out of me. It made over $1 billion. It's like it's crazy how great that movie did. And now that the MCU has like the X-Men and all that now, he's like, yeah, I want to play Wolverine. I'm like, bro, no, like what you talk crap about Marvel in the past, and now that they get Wolverine, now you want to go up like, bro, you had $1 billion movie.
He's too big. He's too big for Wolverine, isn't he?
Yo, he's huge. He's way too big for
Wolverine. Wolverine's like 5'3".
But then again, I mean, Hugh Jackman is mad tall. And
but Hugh Jackman was perfect. I think there's other good actors who could do a good Wolverine, but like this is like the legacy job. Like there's never going to be a performance like that for the Wolverine. We're going to have good Wolverines, I hope. I think Marvel's done pretty well at casting.
Wolverine is like our generation's Han Solo.
We need the old Wolverine back, but the yellow and the blue Duntaduns, though. I want that Wolverine back.
I feel like Marvel could do it, but it's they have to modernize it where it doesn't look stupid on screen.
I want all the old stuff. I want all of them back.
The second Wolverine movie called The Wolverine, the extra they added on like alternate take was that when he opens the briefcase at the end, it's the yellow suit and the mask, and I was like, oh, they should have had that in the.
I want Cyclops to wear the yellow Duntaduns. I want all the Duntaduns to come back, every single one of them. I want the old school outfits. Yes, the old school outfits.
I mean, in the last line of X-Men movies, like including Dark Phoenix, like they started wearing, like especially in Dark Phoenix, they have more like comic based suits on, like they have the X suits on.
Yeah, but they're not the old school.
They don't. They do look kind of cheesy on screen, and I don't think Marvel's just gonna be like, throw them in their duntanas,
Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, go look at Captain America's like suit that they try to give him where it doesn't look like it has any protection on it, and then how they've upgraded it to be modernized. Like it just doesn't make sense to have that look on screen.
Speaking of X-Men,
oh god, we're gonna talk about games finally.
We've been off topic for real.
I don't know, man.
We derailed for like an hour.
I'm looking at like, for example, like Olivia Munn, how she was in Psylocke. And that's a modified take on her outfit, but what if she was in you know how much better she would have looked in the original Psylocke outfit? I think that would have been a lot better.
I mean, sure, but they have to make sure, depending on how cheesy or how serious they're taking their movie, what they want the costume to look like.
There's nothing cheesy about Psylocke.
Like Shazam's was definitely a cheesier take, but the movie was meant to be that way.
And that movie's great.
Dude, but they chose to play it that way. But that's because they're separating the universe.
So now, are we relating Duntaduns to cheesy now? Is that what's going on here?
On screen, and if they're making the movie serious, That's the problem. Like if I was watching Avengers Endgame during the emotional scenes, and if I saw Wolverine walk up and his done to us like, oh no, Thanos, like. No, like that's dumb. But if I saw like Hugh Jackman there, like I'm gonna fucking kill you, I'm like, oh hell yeah, Hugh Jackman, that's awesome. Oh, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Professor X roll up in his chair. He's like, say hello to my Duntara crew, and it's just every X-Men and their spandex going, we're here to help, boys.
It's like we're gonna mess him up, Bob, and these Duntaras.
We're gonna get him. I mean, I got a wedgie, but we're gonna get him. God, talking about making sure to wash your legs, they have to wash their legs. That is sweaty ass. That's like wearing the trash bag. It is just latex on skin. It's rough. It hurts.
You're probably gonna wash your legs in the chat.
You're gonna like get dude, chafed nipples. It's a problem, man. You can't just be wearing those suits out there.
Hey, man.
Chafed nipples.
Dude. People have sensitive nipples out there.
Yeah, there's also like nipple pads for like sometimes.
You can, but like. Who remembers the nipple pad?
I don't know who would. If I was a woman, I would not remember a nipple pad. I
would just be like, I'd put the suit on and be like,
if I was, I wouldn't, probably.
I'm pretty sure you would because you would have titties then.
That doesn't mean I'm going to remember. And I had titties at one point.
I, in fact, still do. And let me tell you.
Last year, go on my videos, I had some titties at one point. I didn't remember my nipple pads.
Oh my god!
Tell you that.
When I was
like Flintstone vitamins, taking the D, Dora.
Dude, let me tell you, you ever had the ghetto
mayo, and now he's talking about titties.
No, you need the ghetto nipple pad. Like back when I did sports, like my nipples back then, like I'd chafe, dude, it fucking hurt. So we'd take Band-Aids, right? And we just cut like the long ends off the Band-Aids, just Band-Aids on the nipple, dude. There you go. That's your nipple pad. And then you're not gonna have any chafing, and you're gonna feel fine.
Yeah. Well, great. I mean,
you also don't get pokies then. That's great.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I remember doing like before a podcast, or it was like before one of my shows. I wore like my my collared Coach Essence shirts, and like those shirts, they're really like kind of like suck to your skin a little bit. And like you can literally see my boob one time, and I was just like, "This isn't gonna work." You can literally see my boob, and I was like, "Okay, this is a problem." But shout outs to Andy with a $15 donation. Once again, Andy showing some support, and he says, "Buck Angel cast as Wolverine. Fringe would go nuts." Okay.
No,
OJ, you may want to read what Evan and VC said in the chat.
Okay, let me see.
What VC crazy?
He said OJ got bigger titties than Dora. Confirmed.
Damn.
What did Evan say?
I think you do. What about that picture of Dora?
But y'all look. Wait a minute. Hold up. Why y'all looking at Dora like that?
Just to remind you, she's also the actress and the character are both underage.
Yeah, but hold up. Why y'all looking at Dora like that? I didn't bring that up. Why y'all looking at Dora like that?
Who read the comment? Me or you?
You said you told me to read the comment. I said, why y'all looking at Dora like that? Come on.
Oh, you the one said she was looking right.
I didn't say that.
You said she was looking ripe for the picking.
That's bullshit.
Yikes. Hey, thanks
man,
for watching.
You literally made that shit up, dude. Like, I never said that. What?
I need the police. This is an emergency. I need the police.
Where's that picture with like Tom and Jerry, or Tom where like Tom is like pointing at the FBI? Come on, that's you, Barrett.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to take a seat there, OJ.
Chris Hansen did.
Why are you here tonight? Why are you here tonight?
I need an adult.
I was just trying to help Dora find Swiper. That's all.
Hey, hopefully she'll stay saying, "Hey, swipe."
I gotta turn on my air, man. Y'all messing me up.
Turning on it, basically.
Yeah, he's getting all hot and bothered.
Y'all made it 78 degrees in my house.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I don't know what's going on with you right now.
78 degrees.
You getting a little bit hot and bothered about Dora.
No, I'm getting mad at you. Trying to shut the FBI gonna shut down my damn stream.
We're gonna come to your house first.
Let's shut down my stream. In a minute. Well, the FBI can't wait to shut down a somewhat successful black person's stream.
Oh God, no, you
successful.
Didn't. This man just said that. Oh my God. Bro, you have the best takes of 2019.
Yeah, seriously, bro.
The mayo was.
I said.
OJ tried to sing. We did it.
The mayo. The Dora, the Flintstone vitamins, taking the Jesus Christ, man.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
2019, it's been a year.
2019's been a great year.
Yo, OJ, I'm not gonna lie. You said that little way too proud.
Said what?
Said I had to. Man. You said that way too proud.
It wasn't proud. It was the truth.
No, he's proud because he
You
doesn't
don't
have the titties
man.
anymore.
I had titties, man. Damn.
It was the truth. They were some nice. They were
nice.
okay.
What are you like feeling yourself up like nice?
I'm just saying they were there.
You're digging the hole deeper, bro.
How nice was it?
Dig the hole all you guys want to. It ain't going nowhere. It's on my channel.
They was nice enough for you to tuck like a few dollar bills in your bosom.
Hey, just like the meerkat said in Lion King 1.5, you know, dig a tunnel quick for the
man,
hyena
hey.
to come. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm glad they ain't there now. I got some actual chest muscles. It's good now.
Yeah. Can you do the thing?
The little,
Yeah.
a little bit, but not that much. Not with my.
Imagine doing that in some Duntadas and putting that in the Avengers. It wouldn't work.
Dude.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, sign me up. Give me $1 million and I'll do it. Or give me that. Give me less
If you
than
were an
that.
X-Men, who would you want to be cast as?
If I was an X-Men,
Yeah, who would you want to be cast as?
I don't know. I guess it'd have to be new because the skin colors of the people. But
No, you could. Doesn't matter. You can
it
be
doesn't
cast as
matter?
anyone.
Oh.
You can be cast as whoever you want.
it doesn't matter. Oh, Gambit for sure.
He's like Mystique.
Mystique, baby, Jubilee. No, Gambit for sure. 100% Gambit.
Baron.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, me? My natural personality fits Magneto.
Oh, I can see
you
you
the
as
bad
Magneto.
guy.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Bad guy. Duh. All right, Abaddon. What about you?
Bishop.
Bishop.
Okay. What about you, Jordan?
I'm thinking about it. It's like I don't want to be like one of like the main X-Men, like the leading. Like I don't want to be like a Wolverine or like a Cyclops. Maybe like a Quicksilver.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I wish I could be able to like run fast. That's one thing like I will never be able to like do in life because of my ankle is run that fast. So that'd be like really dope.
I kind of see you as like a Cable too or something like that. You know, like
it could be, but don't I have to get rid of an arm and shit. And that's
Cable's dope though. You can't.
I mean, he's dope, but he's like, dude, look at my personality. Like I have to tell jokes. Cable's such a straight character. He's just like, yeah, I'll tell it how it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Quicksilver's the quippy guy. I want to be the quippy guy. I want to be the guy who's like, hey, here's something funny, and everyone laughs, and I leave and cry in a corner.
That's why, like, my person, I think, kind of like Gambit a little bit. Gambit's a little sarcastic, a little, you know.
Do you have that Cajun accent?
No, I don't though. But I'm just saying, like, that's just who I feel it would be like the most for me, at least, you know. I can definitely see Baron being Magneto. He'd be like everybody. He'd get like everybody to buy a Switch.
Oh shit, dude, that's right. Everyone in the chat, that's right. That technically, then I would be Baron's son if he's Magneto. Shit, I didn't think about that. Never mind. I'll be Wanda instead. Oh wait, shit. Probably just the same thing. Damn it.
Dang, that's funny, man. This podcast has been really great with game information.
This is the best game. Hey, did you guys know that Mario Maker's out now?
Mario Maker
now.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, places did at 9 p.m. launches.
Oh, 9 p.m. launches.
Some people did like 6 p.m., 3 p.m. Like Wolf did.
Oh yeah, there was 6 p.m. launches today. I had a friend go to a GameStop at 6 p.m.
Yeah, Wolfton's already playing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He got that good copy.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, he's a big fan of it. So I'm planning on getting Fire Emblem 3 Houses well before it launched. No, I don't think I will. I'm hoping Nintendo gives me a copy well before, since they invited me to damn freaking play with a Treehouse employee.
So hopefully, hey, send the email saying, hey, remember me? You want to give me that?
Yeah, you know what? That's what I got to do that. I was hoping, I told Chico, I was like, yeah, you guys need to make sure you guys do this with Astral Chain too. Because, like, I want to play the game before ahead of time. So she's like, oh, well, we'll see. I was like, please with Astral Chain, do the same thing. So yeah, man. All right. So what is the next
topic? Games exist.
Yeah, games do exist. I don't know why the category is Dragon Quest. I thought I put talk show, but it says
I see talk show and podcast.
Oh, never mind. My bad. Never mind. There was an old screen up of mine. It didn't switch over. All right. So the next thing is I think Baron wants to talk about something about the Elite 8 from Pokemon, or what you want to talk about?
We ain't talking about no damn Pokemon.
You said Elite 8, dude. I was like, what are you talking about?
I knew what he was talking about.
We talked about Pokemon so much last. I'm talking about the Nintendo Switch Elite 8, the 8 bangers that are coming out in 2019.
What's this Elite 8 that you speak of, sir?
The Elite 8 consists of Mario Maker 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Astral Chain,
4,
Daemon X Machina, Link's Awakening Remake,
6,
Luigi's Mansion 3, and Pokemon Sword and Shield.
You count that as 2. That's like 9.
Oh, you're missing one game too. You're missing one game.
What game am I missing?
Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition, baby.
That's not really Nintendo.
You're missing Dragon Quest Builders.
That is Nintendo's game.
Come on, we know that's
they're published. They're publishing it.
I know they're publishing it, but that's a multi-plat in this.
Dragon Quest Builders 2 is also Nintendo's game.
You also forgot Spyro's coming to the Switch.
Ni no Kuni?
I was strictly sticking to first-party content.
Right there. First-party content.
And those are the Elite games out of all.
Bloodstained, it's out. Talk about it.
Bloodstained, Laggable of the Night.
I don't think we want to talk about Bloodstained.
Bloodstained, frame rate skip of the night, frame dips of the night. Dude,
I saw that. I was like, nope, not buying it.
Bloodstained 10 patches of the night. We're gonna roll out 10 patches over the next 3 months over the night, dude. Like,
yeah, but the reason I brought that up is because I wanted to know which one of the Elite 8 everybody's looking most forward to. And the Mario Maker comes out right now tomorrow, but. You know.
Animal Crossing. I'll count it. That's my 9th, even though it's March. I'll count it.
Animal Crossing, okay, sounds good.
Literally over any. If I had to pick something this year,
Borderlands. We can talk about other games.
I was just talking about Nintendo wise.
Yeah, just out of the 8. What would you pick?
For my Pokemon-ness, I'm curious. I'm down for the Pokemon games, but to be different, I know it's OJ's same choice and maybe everyone else's same choice. Astral Chain, dude, is the one that still excites me the most right now because it's so different.
I do want to say real quick, shout out to Matthew Hammond with the $3 donation. He says Dora was dropped like a load of bricks when she turned 18 for Microsoft. Sarah, yeah. Yo, Sarah from Microsoft. Yo,
Sarah Bond was.
She was definitely very good looking.
I don't know, Avedon. What you think, bro?
Shut up.
No, I wasn't talking about Sarah Bond. I was actually talking about the game.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say you better stop with this married man over here.
Oh no! I wouldn't get caught slipping. No.
His wife. She's not listening to the podcast. Obviously, she busts in as soon as Avedon. What you gonna say? You gonna say anything?
I ain't say nothing. Nah.
You said you want to sleep on the couch tonight? What? You want to repeat yourself?
Let me see. I'm thinking between Pokemon and Link's Awakening.
No Astral Chain.
I gotta see more.
How much more do you need to see?
I gotta play it.
Golly, how much more you need?
I gotta play. I actually gotta play it for myself, honestly, because seeing it on screen is one thing, but for me, I actually gotta play the game and see how do I fare with the controls before I say it's what I'm most excited for. Pokemon, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I played mostly all the games, and Link's Awakening was the first Zelda game I've played, so that's why those two rank higher than Astral Chain for me.
True. I got you.
Overall, everything though, Borderlands 3. I'm very, very happy for that.
For me, it's pretty much all of them, honestly.
Even though you get to use the comp out answer. Okay.
No, I'm
everything is the best. I can't choose. They're all gosh, they're all great.
All 8 of them I'm buying for sure. Even though I talk shit about Pokemon.
Probably all of us are. I mean, I'm not buying Fire Emblem. That's just not my type of game. But
what? Stab this man! Stab this man!
It's not my.
Boo this man! Boo!
It's a gameplay thing. All right.
Boo this man! This man, boo him! Chico! I'm calling Chico from the treehouse.
Whatever you want. Play whatever you want. I don't care.
Yo, OJ, you got this idea second faster than I did. I was about to do that just now.
Yeah, boo this man. No, I'm joking. If he doesn't like Fire Emblem, he doesn't like Fire Emblem.
But
and also Luigi's Mansion. I'm not hyped for Luigi's Mansion either.
What? Man, that E3
I gotta say that. No,
I'm not on the Guigi train. I don't know. Something about it. The fact that they announced that he's edible makes it weird. I'm not into that because now every time I want to see him, I'm like, shit, dude, someone could eat him. He's dead. That's messed up.
He's not real in the first place, though.
He's sentient, dude. He has a mind of his own. You send him out.
No, he's an invention from Dr. Egad or Gadget Egad.
Yeah, but he has a life. He maybe has dreams and aspirations, a family he wants to start one day. And he could just get eaten, bro. What if Luigi's chilling, he's hungry?
He's made of
Luigi's
goo.
stuck, he can't find Mario, can't find Peach. He's like, oh, I'm so hungry. And he goes over there and starts munching on goddamn gummy bear Gooigi over there. It's like, goddamn, bro, that's sad.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I do, so dude. He's goo. He's edible. Nintendo said it themselves. That's messed up.
So how do y'all feel about Nintendo possibly breaking the record they did in 2017, which is basically the same developer or publisher releasing 90+ rated games in the same year?
How many do they have to have?
They did 2, and nobody else ever did that with 2017 with Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. Could you see them break that with 3 this year? Do you see 3 getting a 90+ this year out of those 8?
It'd be tight. It'd be tight.
Link's Awakening is getting a 90 at least.
I think Fire Emblem would too, and
Fire Emblem's not going to get a 90.
You don't think so?
No. The reason why
Awakening got a 90 and Fate stayed real close to it.
Fate's got like 80 something. Awakening got a 90. Awakening's like a 92. But that was like the rebirth of the series for like basically what they did. In terms of this one, the problem to me is graphics. That's going to be the main thing that keeps this one, and not the gameplay is going to be top tier. There's nothing else like I've played Fire Emblem. There's nothing else like it. This is the strategy RPGs in the modern age. Nothing else like it. This is the most unique strategy RPG you'll ever play in the modern age because you don't. Take Valkyria Chronicles 4, right? That's like another strategy-ish RPG that we got. This game is like several times larger than Valkyria Chronicles 4. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's much, much bigger. It blows that game out of the water in terms of scope and scale. And story is going to be way better too. But the problem is graphics. They don't see the type of graphics that you see with these other types of games like a Breath of the Wild or whatever the case is. And I think that's what's going to hit this one. And on top of it, the complexity of the game. The game is more complex than Fates and Awakening. So when you... Now... Newcomers can play the game. You can just play and have fun. Don't worry. There's modes for you for that. There's casual. There's easy. You're going to be able to play and have fun. But I'm going to see that reviewers are going to be like, Nintendo was very selective about who they got to play that, right? Think about it. I'm obviously not the size of a lot of these other dudes, but yet I get an invite to play the game because I know Fire Emblem in and out. So they're a little worried about what people think, in my opinion, what people think because of the of how the game plays. So that's how I feel. I think it's gonna hit them there with 8 out of 10. I don't know how to play this damn game. You know what I'm saying? Like that happens. That's a legitimate concern, right?
Yeah, that's a concern, but I think some of the things you brought up will actually boost it as far as like the story portion of the game.
Yeah,
I think the very deep, in-depth story of the 3 different houses is really gravitating to people. I think the amount of content they have is really crazy. And I think the gameplay is very addictive, and a lot of people who are into Fire Emblem, like you said, they can play the game. It's not going to be too difficult. I think that's something in their favor.
I think
Astral Chain is a 90+ just period. I'm not even going to go debate on that. But
the problem that I have with that game is going to be maybe content. That's the only thing that I'm waiting to see how it is. Like, obviously, I'm going to love it, right? But like, you look at a game like Bayonetta 2, right, with online play. That one had that. It's a sequel, so obviously it's going to be better there. I feel that might be like an 87, 80, 88. I'm feeling like a lot of these games are going to be just right there, like almost. Not that, of course, these games are gonna be amazing. I feel like Luigi's Mansion got a shot too. That game, I would say yes, that has a shot to get. I think that game is gonna be a 90+ rated. I think that might be a 90+ rating because of the online, because of the graphics of the game, how it looks, because of the simplicity of the game. I think it's kind of a common fact, right, that games that are more simple often usually do better. Like in terms of review scores.
I mean, look at Shadows Die Twice though. That wasn't really simple.
But
they got the 90.
You're right about that, but that's also from software. You know what I'm saying? So like a pedigree. It's like a lot of the reviewers are afraid of the backlash. The sites are afraid of the backlash if you give a From Software game a bad score because it's too hard or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
They'll put an easy mode in it.
I think they're gonna do it. I think there's too many contenders that can hit 90+, and I think they're gonna get 3 of them games 90+ this year, and that's gonna be the first time anybody ever done that.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't mean to sound like the eyeball of the bunch, but I'm gonna say I only see one game, and it's Mario Maker. Traditionally, Pokemon games really average out 85, 88. Even the best Pokemon game Diamond and Pearl capped out like 88 as on Metacritic.
Which is ridiculous, by the way. Which is absolutely asinine, if I can use a word from Bam. Which is ridiculous that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl's at 80 something. That game's like a 90 something. Easy.
It is.
Free.
It is. So, but it's like, I'm just looking at it. All these things, even Link's Awakening, maybe a 90. That's maybe. I don't feel comfortable giving a 90 just yet, and I want that game, but I really see the only one hitting that 90 right now is Mario Maker. Pokemon Let's Go did about 78, I think.
80.
So 80?
Yeah, I think.
On Metacritic, I thought it was 78. Okay.
No, it was higher than that.
Didn't PlayStation last year have 2 with Spider-Man and
Spider-Man's
God of War?
Spider-Man's 80 something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the game was
Spider-Man's
rated a lot
80.
higher.
No, it's
Yeah.
God of War's over that 9 though, right?
Yeah. God of War. Yeah.
God
God
God of War is
I
94.
thought Spider-Man was too.
No,
But you
it
see-
wasn't.
But you see the trend of games that usually hit that 90. It's those big, huge
Okay.
open world.
Let's Go was 79 for Let's Go.
So okay,
Well,
At one
went
point, it
down.
was an 80 though.
It wasn't 80.
It was an 80, but
let's go.
it was like an 80, 81, like after like a
That's-
few days after release. But then now it's a 79.
so it's like Luigi's Mansion. Honestly, I see that capping out about 85. Astral Chain is the wild card. If it delivers on everything, and it's the hypest game of the year as we hope it to be, easily a 90. But if it's not, if we actually play it and critics have their scores and everything, and how these gaming websites give their scores, I could see that hitting 85, 89. So it's like, that's why I said Mario Maker is like the safest one that I could say that'll hit a 90, and that's even a risk in itself. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I don't see hitting a 90.
Nah, it's not.
Well, that's the two I want to talk about. Mario Maker is coming out tomorrow. It already got like 50 plus reviews. It's at 89, so it's probably not going to change because it's already like 50 over 50 reviews. But
Yeah.
I think Marvel Alliance has a shot. I really do. I think Marvel Ultimate Alliance got a shot.
None of the games. I think Luigi's Mansion has a better shot because if you look at the scores before in the past, right? So Luigi's Mansion has been around for like 20 years, but there's only been like 3 games, or this is going to be the 3rd game.
Well, 2 games, yeah.
Yeah, well, this is going to be well, there's a remake of the game on the 3DS, which whatever. It's the same game on the GameCube, but with a couple added extra things. So the original one, Luigi's Mansion, got a 78. The next one got a big bump. Dark Moon
did
which people seem to they love it, but then they also hate it. That got an 86.
Yeah.
So
It's possible. That's what I said. It's possible.
yeah, so can it make that 4-point jump with 8 players online, with more of a focus on one mansion, and all the extra stuff that they're adding in, co-op built into there. So you got co-op, you got online, you got couch co-op, you've got the Guiji, you got all the extra different stuff. I think this might be the jump that it gets to about a 90. I think.
And here's the thing that people also look at, especially when it comes to Nintendo games, they always look at that big innovation thing. There's so much innovation going on in Astral Chain. There's so much innovation going on in Luigi's Mansion. I kind of feel like those are like the bigger bets. I don't rule out Ultimate Alliance 3 because it seems to me that it has so much content built into it, and it's a very deep game that people really realize after watching some of the gameplay. So, and plus, it's very story driven, and you know how people love their story driven games. So this is really looking like something that's going to be heavy and story driven on that.
So,
And Astral Chain just looks like the complete package too. It's just so polished. It's so polished, and it's coming from the guys that made Nier Automata and Bayonetta. So I think. Yeah,
no, Astral Chain is looking. Look, I already know it's gonna be gonna be dope. You're looking at Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and you're looking at the history of the franchise. You're looking at 81 for the original game. Back in the day, 80. Mm-hmm. It's in the 80 score, low 80 score. Could it make a jump to like? It's so hard to make that jump. If you keep the core gameplay intact, it's so hard. If you don't have some type of crazy, innovative new thing like a Breath of the Wild type of thing, it's really hard to jump up that leap in points, with a lot of the different stuff. There has to be something. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is faithful to the original, like the gameplay, but just
it is. But you can tell the action is a little bit more intense.
Oh no,
it's a different developer too. So
it's Team Ninja, So
yeah,
but they kept the original feel though of the game.
Yeah, the original concept. Yeah,
Yeah.
the original feeling concept. But you could definitely tell it's on that Team Ninja steroids.
Yeah, more. I mean, the game was already an action RPG, but they definitely got some more RPG-ish things in there. You know, I think the skill tree, how they set things up, is a lot better. I think the skills, like what you get, is definitely better. A lot more heroes, you know, to play with.
Heroes. And I'm kind of judging it on how Spider-Man was received. People really loved like Spider-Man and experiencing that Spider-Man on PS4 and the story. And I mean, the guy they got. I mean, don't they have like the original comic book writer writing the story for Ultimate Alliance 3?
Yeah, there is something
And
like
people love the Infinity Stone, storyline. I just think it really has a shot.
I don't know, man. I think what it comes down to is graphics.
Steve bias is really real, man. Like
Every preview I've read on that, people love the game.
I know, and I agree, but I'm just saying, like, because like if a game gets like an 86, dude, that's a damn good game. That is like
good.
Super good, you know.
No, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just talking about could Nintendo possibly make that record-breaking thing of 3D?
I don't think this is the year. I think next year is going to be the year for them to do that, where they come out with their surprises.
Who's going to win Game of the Year? But in terms of like the Game of the Year, I think.
Game of the Year this year is Astro. It's gonna be Astro Chain, man.
Borderlands 3, pretty easy.
Game of the Year, it depends on what.
What did Jordan? What did you say?
I said it's Borderlands 3.
Okay.
Nah.
Borderlands 3.
That has a really high chance, dude. That game's gonna be massive.
It's gonna be mad. I don't see
real quick though. Real quick. Do
It's
you
gonna
think?
be a contender.
I want to ask Jordan something though, real quick. Jordan, but do you feel? I know we've talked about this a little bit. What the hell? We'll talk about it again. We're on Twitch now. But do you feel that Randy's is gonna? Randy effect?
I actually found something out about Randy. I'll tell you. I mean, it's public. So I guess I can say he's tweeted about it publicly.
It's public. You can say it.
Yeah. Randy is actually on the spectrum, and it kind of puts into perspective some of his actions and how he talks and what he says and how he says things. Doesn't forgive it, obviously.
He's on the spectrum.
But
what is that?
And that's directly from his wife.
That's
directly from his wife saying that.
Wait, what is that though?
On the spectrum, like like autism, but there's different levels of autism. He's on the spectrum.
So he's a very high functioning autistic person.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's directly from his wife. So now when he says things weirdly on Twitter, I can actually understand that a bit more.
Okay.
It obviously doesn't forgive some of the stuff he does, but at least it adds some actual explanation to why he may be like this.
Yeah, that's definitely adds a lot of. Yeah, you're right. That adds a lot of background. But
I do think that regardless, the game is what people have wanted. It's the PC. There's still going to be issues there with deciding who's going to pick that up or not with the whole Epic exclusive. But the game is too massive. Everyone who's getting to play it at conventions or special events is loving it. The info. This game is going to be one of the biggest games of all time in size. Like Borderlands 2 already is this disgustingly massive game, but Borderlands 3 has already been said to be multiple times bigger, which is incredible. I mean, the games that are going to be up for Game of the Year, I think it's going to be Borderlands. I think it's going to be Death Stranding. It's going to be Resident Evil 2. And was it 5? Did they have 4 or 5 last year?
It's going to be They had 5.
Sekiro, and then a Nintendo game. I just don't know what yet. I hope Astral Chain has the shot for it, but I honestly don't think it was.
What was your 5 again?
Borderlands,
yeah,
Death Stranding, Sekiro, and Resident Evil 2, and then some other Nintendo game. Something, maybe an indie game they might throw in there like they do with Celeste.
Oh man, I don't know. I just don't. I don't see how people throw in Death Stranding over Gears 5. I don't see it.
No one. The thing is, while Gears 5 may be big, I don't think the hype for Gears, especially with how they've marketed it since 4, I haven't seen that much hype for it. Aside from you, Baron. There's really not. I haven't seen, and that's coming from a Gears fan.
Ever watch Kid Smooth?
Yeah, but it's like 2 people out of 100. It's like, oh yeah, Gears 5 is going to be dope. Most people are like, oh, Gears 5 coming out. Okay, cool. I'll check it out.
I mean, outside of you, Jordan, and a couple other people, I don't see the hype for Borderlands being that big. Like
I just don't think you're looking online. Easily.
I'm looking at everything.
There's huge.
I know people want
around
the game.
It already has this massive Twitch integration app that already works.
How does that how does that Twitch integration app work?
So you download it to Twitch and whatnot, and you can log in through your Shift account or whatever's connected to your Borderlands profile. So it'll so instead of people always saying, "Hey, what's your loadout? Hey, let me see your loadout. Hey, let me see this. Let me see that." They can, while you're playing, see the little added on thing like layout on top of your stream, that they can go and look at everything for you. Like they can already see what you have, and they can give suggestions and look at everything you're doing, your level, your recent they can look through all that kind of stuff without having to ask about it or bother you a million times. Like, hey, let me see your inventory. Let's see your inventory. I hope Gears 5 is great. That'd be great to see it up there for Game of the Year. I would love that, but I don't see hype. We have seen barely anything from the campaign. All they've advertised is multiplayer, and it comes out in less than 3 months.
And in Jordan, they showed 90% more than at Death Stranding.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing you're forgetting with Death Stranding. One, it already gets hype points from everyone out there in the industry because it's Kojima.
Keely, we call those Keely
literally,
points.
Keely literally would suck this guy's dick for anything in the world. Like he'd be like, oh, hell yeah, dude, sure, let me go. Like it's. Literally, he is like the biggest crush on him, and I'm making a giant exaggeration. Keely's a nice man. I met him at E3. I'm not going to clown on him anymore.
Yeah, you gonna say that to his face? You gonna say that to his face, Jordan? Go say that to his face.
Absolutely would. I'd say, but he'd probably laugh and go, "That's how it feels like sometimes," because he's always catering to.
That's
Kojima.
How it feels like sometimes. He'd be like, yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. What's that on your shirt? Nothing. But yeah,
it's mayo.
It's mayo. Hey, why are the knees on your pantsuit dirty? Hey, don't worry about it. Yeah, I just think that regardless, Death Stranding, whatever is going to happen with it, it already has a slot put there for it, held on. Regardless, again, if it deserves it or not, it already has a slot. Mark my words, it's already
71 on Metacritic, bro. This is Game of the Year, bro.
What?
Watch. Like, I mean, I don't know if it'll win, but it'll be on that list.
I'm telling you right now, if the game's not good, it's not going to be nominated.
The game's gonna be, but it's going to be good because the media says it's gonna be good, even if the game is not good. Look how I hit this dude with this briefcase and this. Look at this briefcase smacking the shit out of this guy over his head. This is the best briefcase hit I've ever seen. You're gonna see people. You're gonna see these freaking Greg Miller live or whatever. Like, guys, I've never seen somebody with a briefcase.
Hey, you saying that, but after you gotta understand when this game is coming out. This game is coming out after people played Resident Evil, after people played Shadows Die Twice, after people played Astral Chain and all these other games. And then this game has to perform up to those levels.
And if it does, that's why it could possibly
look what happened with Days Gone. A game that is considered pretty mediocre, but was like everyone in the Sony, the Sony group, the boys were like, gotta get it, gotta support it, gotta get it, no matter what.
That's true.
No matter, dude, it's gonna. The game is, regardless if it's good or bad, it's going to sell like hotcakes. It's going to have a slot. It's going to have a slot for the game of the year. I don't think it's going to win.
Game of the year.
I don't think it's going to win, but it's going to be one of those slots.
You know what would be funny?
What were they going to pick from Sony to give it to? Let's give a nomination to Days Gone. No, they're going to give it a nomination to Kojima.
They might give it to Medieval. I don't know.
You know what would be?
You know what would be great? They give it to Medieval.
You know what would be great if like you hit somebody with the briefcase and then you open it up and it's a picture of Keely in there. That'd be the greatest.
Dude, that'd be a good.
That would be like the greatest thing ever, man. I would want that. I would want it.
Be great.
I think the game is just in a hard spot. It's in between Call of Duty, Star Wars: The Fallen Order, and Doom.
Man, that's Star Wars. Hold up on the Star Wars. So, that game needs some tweaks.
Yeah, are we really including that right now?
No, I don't trust EA.
I don't think that game's getting Game of the Year nomination at all.
No, I don't. I think not after that gameplay demo. Not after that gameplay demo.
Nor is
I'm just saying, as far as
Call of Duty. I'm gonna say Call of Duty is that like silent killer where because this new one looks incredible. It's supposed to be really dark and all that stuff, and I think it could do really well enough to where people are like with the original Modern Warfare. We're like, this is the best thing ever. So I think that's a sleeper underdog that could just take up a slot if it's just insanely good. Like if this is like a top tier like game, so that's that. Don't it's Call of Duty, but I wouldn't sleep on this year's. You can sleep on the last couple of years of Call of Duty, no problem. It's just been a snooze fest. But
I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping. I agree with you. I just think where the game is sandwiched in at, I think most of the attention is going to go to those other products. I don't really think the attention is going to be.
I would agree with that with the fact
Star
that
Wars
if this game, if Death Stranding was just a game with no major name attached to it, no major celebrity to pull you in, if it was just a game, I don't think it'd have a chance in hell. I think it'd kind of go the way of Days Gone. But no matter what, you have these big actors in it. You have Kojima, and it's going to be, no matter, even if the gameplay is bad, it's going to be this incredible cinematic but gaming experience combination. So even if the gameplay sucks, there's going to be this weird, crazy sci-fi story that people are going to most likely be into because it's weird and interesting, and it came from Kojima's mind when he's pretending to smoke a cigarette out with the boys in front of the studio. Like, it's going to be weird, but I do see it getting that like instant respect. Oh, Kojima's name's on this, instantly gets a shelf spot. And that's before even Keely's, bromance with him.
I can probably see Death Stranding winning like what's that category? Best story, best narration. Yeah.
I'm not out here saying it's going to win Game of the Year.
Fire Emblem needs to win. Fire Emblem needs to win that because I think from
I like.
Well, I don't know if it's going to win. I'm just saying, like, I think that Fire Emblem should be, at least it should be in consideration because of this whole thing that they're doing. Because there's going to be literally 3 different endings based on your path and what you do. So I think hopefully that, but they don't like those type of games. That's the reason why I was always caught up about, like, Fire Emblem Awakening should have been in 2013. I don't think it was Game of the Year.
It wasn't. It should have been up there. I don't know why
it should have been, but because of graphics.
It was because it was on 3DS. Honestly,
graphics. Once again, graphics.
It was a handheld game, so that's
handheld games never get that type of thing. But the thing about it is that a lot of people, especially these people, look at Switch in that same vein. Breath of the Wild, obviously, that was a complete look at how much they needed Breath of the Wild to even get a win. Regular games can't win. Regular really good games from Nintendo are very hard to win. Or on exclusive, like Super Smash Brothers can't win. Best rated game, but it can't win. You know what I'm saying? Like Bayonetta 2, best rated, better rated, but can't win.
I just think that this year is such a wild card year for choices, because it's like, we know which ones are most likely going to be nominated, but you can't pinpoint right now saying this one definitively will win because there's good competition. And not to say that we know everything next year, but we already know what the front runner is because of their past. And if this game literally comes out and nails everything it promises, Cyberpunk 2077 is front runner for Game of the Year.
You think it's front runner?
It's next year.
Next year. Next year.
Hold on.
I say Final Fantasy.
You think that's a front runner over Bayo 3 or Last of Us 2?
Yes.
I would
over
say
Witcher 3. This game will be the front runner. It'll have competition. Final Fantasy 7, if that's perfect.
Final Fantasy 7 ain't beating Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's gonna have 10 million times more content than Final Fantasy.
If Cyberpunk nails it, the only thing it has to do is not be bad. If it comes out with the promises it's shown and the story and Keanu Reeves, the only other underdog is that if for some reason the sequel to Breath of the Wild launches towards the later half of next year. Okay, that's its true only competition.
But even then,
I don't feel it. No, I love Cyberpunk. I'm going to get that. I don't feel like it's a bigger contender than Bayo 3 and Last of Us 2.
No, I'm going to have to agree with Jordan here. I got to agree with Jordan here.
Even before this E3 happened, this game, even last year at E3 when I was there, the hype for it is like disgustingly high. And now after E3 with this incredible they even have to show gameplay. You bring Keanu Reeves, these big promises, the media spreading the hype around it. This game is in everyone's mind. This is not just The Witcher 3, what I would say this, it's not the most popular game out there. Like, not everyone knew about the Witcher series. Not everyone in the world was excited for Witcher 3.
Yeah, they were. They had that hype.
Not everybody in the world. Now that's a great game and people have played it and they've trusted CD Projekt Red, this game, this Cyberpunk game has become this we're making a futuristic game that was on the cover of a magazine 5 years ago, and now we're finally making it. Here's some footage. Here's this. Here's that. It has become the most talked about game of all E3. It has become for 2 years straight. It has shown it behind doors and presented gameplay of some incredible stuff. They promised this huge world. They've done it with Witcher 3, so I can trust going forward that this game is hopefully going to deliver on these promises.
that's the only thing I question on it. I think it's going to be good, but following in the footsteps of Witcher 3 is kind of hard. If this was a Witcher
It is hard,
sequel,
but the hype.
I
the
would
hype
agree with you.
But
But
no,
this the whole
here's the
completely
reason why
different
I don't-
game.
bigger than the Witcher series.
Here's
right
the
now.
reason why I don't
The
think
hype
it's
is
hard.
Way bigger.
Here's the reason why, because you're going to first person, and you're also you're futuristic. That's like a match made in heaven to win Game of the Year.
It is literally Blade Runner, the video game, and
Yeah,
that's what
like-
has me and a lot of people excited. This futuristic utopia to completely explore, have this great gunplay, and have some incredible sci-fi story. Like, there's so many cool little things and details because the same thing they did in the Witcher games. It's so rich in lore. This game has so much lore. There are prequel stuff being written about it, sequel stuff. This is going to be if this lands, this will be one of the most impressive hypes to a launch game ever. If this game is successful and sells and everyone loves it and it's getting really high scores. I know it's going to sell regardless, but like if it gets these good reviews, if everyone's that's the thing. It has. If it doesn't stick it, even just a little fraction, right? That's definitely going to cripple its chances. But if this comes out and it's every little thing that they've promised, everything that we've thought it up to be, it's a done deal. The only competition will be Breath of the Wild 2, and I'm still skeptical if that game's coming out.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
That's a hard reach. I mean, I even said it.
I don't think it's a hard reach, man.
No, I even said it will come out holiday 2020 because they said.
Oh, you're talking about Zelda?
Breath of the Wild. Because they said they thought of the sequel about making DLC, so that means they could have been working on it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we actually saw footage of it. Unlike when they announced Metroid, we just saw a logo. This was like, here's footage, then the announcement, and then we just don't know. So it could come out next year. That'd be great. But I'm also like, it could, it couldn't.
I also, Abaddon also want to hop in there because he thinks Final Fantasy VII Remake is kind of getting.
Okay, go ahead.
Down here?
We got to get Abaddon take. So 2019 Game of the Year, 2020 Game of the Year.
First of all, I was going to say between Final Fantasy VII and Last of Us 2. Because I would say, just like you said, not Borderlands, Cyberpunk has a big following. Last of Us 2 is disgustingly high as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's being totally objective now.
That totally slipped my mind because I still wish it was coming out this year.
Yeah, it slipped my mind too. And The Last of Us, it has that super.
The Last of Us, from the little bit we've seen, it's already incredible. The little stuff that they've shown us, the new motion capture, how real it looks, how intense it looks, the mystery behind what is going on, how much time has passed, all this other stuff. It's big. So you know what? And there might be some competition for Cyberpunk. But I still think. But the thing is, Last of Us being a sequel, great, fantastic. It could be the best thing ever, and it could have a super high chance. But Cyberpunk being something brand new, and if it actually nails that,
absolutely,
that is going to really give it, I think, a decent leg up. A leg up, but like here's Last of Us 2, here's Cyberpunk. Because like Last of Us 2 is going to be like, yes, it's great. Just by looking at Last of Us 2, I can tell it's already a great game. I'm like, this is amazing. Just the storytelling already we've seen, great, I'm in. The gameplay looked pretty much similar to the last one. Great, I'm in. Like, I'm sold. Cyberpunk is this new playground, and I'm more curious about that. I have more faith in Last of Us being great, no problem. Cyberpunk's like, I really hope they nail it. I really hope they do this, but I don't know. But I can tell Last of Us is they're killing it.
Yeah, the same reasons you giving for Cyberpunk is kind of the same reasons I'm giving Astral Chain that edge for this year. Because if they nail exactly what they're doing, which they so far has showed us that they're nailing it, I feel like that's just going to really catapult it to a whole nother level.
No, I hope it does that. I hope it comes out and it's literally a AAA quality game. It's fun. It's great.
It's going to be though. Cyberpunk,
and it can. No. I'm talking about Astral Chain for this year now. But like the thing is, I think the hardest part with Astral Chain, right, is like a demographic. Not like me, because I'm into kind of like anime styled games, but not every single game, right? There's going to be a large demographic just because the way it looks. Oh, it's like a JRPG. I'm not into that. They're going to judge it just based off the look.
Yeah.
If they can really reel in that type of audience to be like, oh, this is different than I thought, even though I'm not used to these kind of crazy, more Japanese centric like stories. If they can get into that, this game could be a massive success and everyone loves it, and it could be up for Game of the Year.
And I think that's hard. I think the story they telling really isn't really Japanese centric. I think it's a really simple.
But it has a lot of like these weird Japanese things in it. It's like oh, this anime related. So like, oh, I have this, you know, blanket on the name, but like the little guy, you could send out like the little mech guy to like fight for you, and you have to learn.
Well, those are
use that and all that
tied into the legions are the actual type. Like those are your main weapons in the game. Well, you have a weapon and you fight with them. They're not little though. They're actually pretty.
No, they're
big.
not little. I'm just saying little because.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like with Astral Chain, like it's based off of like Ghost in a Shell and Appleseed and these definitely third-rate in terms of popularity, third, fourth-rate animes. They're not even. It's not even based off the most popular animes.
Don't ever talk shit about Ghost in the Shell again.
No,
I'll slap your face.
Listen. I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just saying.
Like the Scarlett Johansson film. Leave me alone.
Well, you have issues if you like that one, but I'm
saying fine. The film's fine. They did a good job. Pretty decent job. Aside from the whitewash, they did a pretty good job.
I'm not even mad at that. But I mean, they could have picked an Asian actor. Like there's like a million to pick from, you know.
But I think with the source material, they did a pretty decent job. The best that they could have done at this time.
They did an okay job, but it's based off of Ghost in the Shell, Appleseed, and then the creator of Zetman. You know what I'm saying? So you've got great animes, but it's just like, yo, these animes aren't anywhere near as popular as what people are watching. But you can't base it off Naruto or something like that, or you can't base it off JoJo. You know, like so I get it. You know, I understand it. So, but I kind of see what Jordan's saying. With the type of game like the anime style, it's like it's just
like you're not gonna get the Call of Duty player into that.
Yeah,
like that's the hard.
It'll win Game of the Year in Japan. Just like
easily.
if you talk about Japan and their Famitsu Awards, Smash Brothers is one Game of the Year. Bayonetta's one.
The Game Awards are just the Game Awards. They're not the end all be all. Like, hey, we're the official ones. Only we can say what's Game of the Year.
Exactly.
Any magazine. That's why when games come out, when they're like Game of the Year versions, like 10 different Game of the Year versions a year, because all different. As long as one magazine or one site says, hey, Luigi's Mansion 3's Game of the Year, then they can have a Game of the Year title because someone gave it to them. If you're a YouTuber, you can have your own awards. Hey, Astral Chain's my Game of the Year. Cool.
Damn right. Game of the Year. I gave Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Game of the Year, baby. And
it's a Game of the Year game.
And Zelda.
I forgot you did that. You need to be punched.
I know
we put so much. We put so much like, oh, what's gonna win Game of the Year based off an award show that was made that has nothing to do like with the industry itself. It's just, hey, we're just gonna give awards out and make money, and then they did.
It's Game of the Year, even though it came out in 2017. It's Game of the Year this year too.
I mean, if you want to say that,
Game of the Year again this year, baby.
I'm just saying that the points y'all pointed out for Astral Chain also applied to Bayonetta, and she got recognition, even though she didn't win. She got
bopped by Keely. Keely literally hit her over the damn head with a mallet. With one of them Chuck E. Cheese.
This is also Keely's show, so don't forget that Keely's decision.
Hit Theo with that Chuck E. Cheese mallet.
Listen,
go back to Japan.
Even if Death, Stranding isn't great, it's still Keely's show, and he could be like, "F y'all, Game of the Year." Like it doesn't matter. I mean,
it's his show. He's done it before. Like I said,
it's his show.
Dude, 2014 was the biggest disgrace that I've ever seen in my life.
Bayonetta was hands down the best game. They
gave a game that was rated multiple points lower.
I think Dragon Age was like an 88.
88, yeah, 80. It's still. I was like, how?
And you know what's so bad? People was giving Bayonetta 10s and calling it one of the greatest games ever made.
I remember that.
Give it to her.
I remember that.
Yeah. You think Keely has time to play Bayonetta? He's too busy exploring around in Dragon Age and shit. He's like, damn, look at these medieval titties.
I think I feel like this is Platinum Games' moment. I feel like they went up twice. I think third time's the charm. The first two times, you could say Bayonetta. The first one was kind of nominated too, but Bayonetta 2 and Nier Automata. I think the third time the charm with Astral Chain. I think that's the one they bring it home with.
Well, they didn't get it with Bayonetta 1.
And if not, then maybe Bayonetta 3.
But what I will say,
Bayonetta 3 is going to be a monster.
To add on what you were saying about Cyberpunk, the same can be said about Final Fantasy VII Remake. If they deliver on everything promised, do you know how long people have been waiting for this game?
Yes, but here's the thing.
The only thing with Final Fantasy Remake,
you can still play, aside from changes, the game is already out, technically. You can go play Final Fantasy VII.
It's not the same game.
I know it's not technically the same game, but they're going to look at it as a remake. I do think it's easily going to be nominated, I don't know if it has the highest chance of winning.
But no,
even if it's
a-
incredible.
I would say this though, it's a remake on every scale though, from the script,
Yeah, absolutely.
from how you play the game.
Yeah.
It's a completely new game.
But it's
Absolutely.
also slashed in a quarter of what the game, or like
And that exactly.
a
It's not a
slice of
complete
what the
game.
game was.
Yeah.
But
If it was a full remake, which, like I said this before, they were one generation late. If this was on PS3, they could have probably done everything on a Blu-ray. And it would have been something that, like, you could have had the graphics that's maybe a bit better than Trials of Mana. You know, at the time, if they did this on PS3, then this would have been easily Game of the Year, whatever, for that year. But I think they waited a little too long because it was daunting. And this is how daunting it is. It is. I'm not blaming them for this, but this is a massive undertaking that they obviously can't do.
Blame them. They deserve it because they teased it on the PS3. They deserve to be blamed for that.
Okay.
They
But
teased it
it's
on
like
the PS3.
every time there's like a delay or something in any Final Fantasy thing, it's not new news. Like, look what happened to like Versus 13 and how many transformations that took, and then
They're
finally
turning to 15.
I know it finally came out as 15. We're like, oh, it's actually a real game now. That's fantastic. But like, look how long that took. So like,
10
anytime
years.
Final Fantasy is there, it's like if they delay it, if they redo it, they start. It's like, this is new. This ain't new. It's like they do this every year with every title.
Final Fantasy hasn't won a Game of the Year in a long time.
That's what I'm
man.
saying. Like Final Fantasy VII has a great chance of being nominated, but it has a massive uphill battle to win.
Yeah,
It does.
But again, we're also talking about award show. That means nothing because it's how you feel about.
But
the
even in other people's award shows,
I was just talking about awards in general.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
Keeley's.
I don't think Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII even has that much because, like I said, we need to see the
It's not
content in the game.
complete.
It's only in Midgard. They're not leaving Midgard.
But that's it. But you did think that's about 60 hours in Midgar, or
That-
episode one. Let's just say about 30 hours in Midgar. So they're gonna do 2 discs. You're doing 2 different discs. So
But-
you're looking at this from the base game.
Yeah.
Look at this from the sense it's not a top-down game. You're
Yeah.
not loading between each scene. So you have the opportunity to make Midgar a whole lot bigger. You have the
Agreed.
opportunity to explore all the sectors because you only explore sectors 7 and 5, I believe, in the last one. So you could explore every single sector in Midgard now. That's probably an opportunity because they also showed scenes where Cloud is actually riding a bike with Jesse behind him. So there's actually newer and more content and more storyline changes with the game. So
Absolutely.
there's
well, it's gonna have its own identity as a new game, but it's still just by the title alone and what it
A
is.
remake.
Well,
That is gonna come into play because it's very rare, if maybe not even ever, that any kind of huge undergoing remake ever gets any recognition.
but
Has
a game
any of them
been
actually ever
remade?
won?
No,
Yeah.
none of them has
No,
ever won.
I
That's why
can't.
think
That's what I'm
Resident
saying. I
Evil-
can't recall.
None of them has ever won. That's why I think Resident Evil 2 has 2 things going against it. It's because it's a remake and it came out in January.
And that's a good
No,
point.
Yeah.
And those are the
I
two
don't think
biggest
Resident Evil's
things.
because people are going to put People already have Sekiro over Resident Evil anyway when it comes to review
Sekiro
scores.
was massive, dude. Sekiro
Yeah.
took off like pink. I don't even have a good analogy, but it's
Hotcakes.
I was just saying pancakes. I'm hungry, but
I'm just saying, for my criteria, I feel like all Astral Chain has to do is review higher than Shadows Die Twice.
Man,
And
that's going to be
it'll
tough.
get it.
Shadows Die
That's
Twice is
tough.
90,
That'd be
92.
really tough.
So,
but I'm saying like
even if it ties with them, I think
the award
that's
shows
gonna
can
be
just not look. At
Chris
that
Levi says
direction,
Devil
you
May
know?
Cry 5.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, it's
wasn't
a
good
fine
enough.
game.
It's fine. Game,
It's I don't think it's game of the year worthy at
Nah,
all.
it's not. It's not.
That game has the most backward ass dodging that I've ever. I don't understand the reviews. This is great. No, it's not. Not a single damn reviewer called this dodge. This is the most backward dodging that I've ever. Why would you make a game where the character faces and the dodge button changes based on where the character is facing? What type of stupid action game dodging is this? I can't sit here and give that game of the year based off of that alone.
It's intense, realistic dodging, man.
That's the dumbest thing that I've ever seen in my life. It's
They
and
motion
apparently-
capped all the different dodge angles.
I can't fathom to think why they think that's a good idea to where the dodge direction changes from up to down or left to right. Why?
That's a good card, the dodge direction. That's a good card.
every single game where you dodge, you have omnidirectional dodging. Every single action game that I've ever played, it's like, okay, well, you dodge in a direction and you jump in that direction that you push. Why is that not the case here? Why is it so like why?
Call Capcom.
It's Capcom.
Capcom. That's the only thing wrong with Devil May Cry 5. If Devil May
I'm pretty sure you won't have that problem in Astro Chain.
No, you won't. There's already you won't. There's already confirmed
like
that you dodge in a direction. Yeah, it's already you dodge in a direction. So yeah, because they know how to actually make
Astro
action
Chain a +6 points in this minute.
Hey, then why don't you love God of War? You don't even have to dodge in that game. You don't even jump.
You can't even jump.
You can't jump in that game.
Yeah, so what's the point? You can't jump, you can't dodge.
There's no combos in that game. There's not like any real combos in that game. You just like do like heavy attack and like strong attack.
Yeah, you just get angry and you beat people up.
You just go, "Ugh," you just like smash them like heavy attack and strong
and you
attack.
Go, boy.
Kratos got no hops.
Kratos got no hops. And that's okay. That's okay. No,
bro, he's too heavy to do hops. So he's he's just pure muscle, dude. He can't jump.
This dude used to scale monsters with one leap.
Yeah, but now he's too buff, dude. His beard weighs him down.
Hey,
man.
look, God of War. I understand why I got all the good reviews that it got, though. I get it because it was that drastic change that the series needed, or that people wanted. People don't want to do, like, when they look at Kratos, they don't look at him as like freaking Bayonetta, or they don't look at him as like Dante, even though that's the type of game that he had, was like Dante or like Bayonetta. They don't look at him as that. They look at him as some just big brute. They don't want to be sitting there doing air combos, even though he can do some
kind
cool
of
things,
degenerate.
You know? They don't want to. They don't want to jump up in the air and do all these flashy air combos, because that's what God of War 3.
No, dude, it's too hard to program that nowadays.
Let's
just make the combat simple, bro.
Yeah, it's just, let's make the graphics really good, combat more simple,
yeah,
then give him
dude,
abilities.
Everyone will talk about the graphics. They'll be like, damn.
Yeah, and then give him ability. No, I don't fault them for what they did. Make the combat more simple. Give him abilities instead. Give him like weapons that he can use for something. You know, give him abilities. Give him some skill points here and there, and then drop all the crazy stuff. Because if you play God of War 3, Kratos literally is like freaking Bayonetta in God of War 3. Like, they really did a crazy battle system in that. I love God of War 3. That's my favorite one, by the way. In terms of like everything, not the story-wise. Story-wise,
it's a lot of people's.
Yeah, God of War 3 is freaking amazing. So, but hey, it is what it is. I get it.
What, you don't like God of War Ascension, Puzzle Simulator 2.0?
God of War Ascension is booty.
God, dude, I was like, oh, the game 1 looks worse than God of War 3, and 2 literally is 95% puzzles. You walk into a new room, it's like, hey, solve a puzzle. It's like, but I want to fight people. No, you gotta solve a puzzle first. I'm like,
I think they got drunk and high and played Legend of Zelda.
They don't even talk about that game. It's like it don't even exist.
Because it's not. It's just. And then they spent a lot of time on the multiplayer, and the multiplayer wasn't good. Like, it's just.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot about the multiplayer in that game.
Yeah, I remember playing it and I was just like, this is trash. like what? Yeah. What did I just play right now? Like,
dude, that was like during the like era where I was like, let's put multiplayer in everything.
Everything had multiplayer. Yeah, everything.
Do you remember BioShock had multiplayer?
Yeah, BioShock 2. Yeah, BioShock 2 had multiplayer.
They threw it in Mass Effect because they're like, Mass Effect needs multiplayer. Yep. I'm like, it doesn't, but okay.
Mass Effect had multiplayer. I remember Mad World, the sequel, the pseudo sequel, not the real sequel, but Anarchy Reigns.
Yeah.
That had multiplayer.
That game was
I don't really consider that the sequel to Mad World.
I said spiritual successor to Mad World.
All right. The guy's in it.
I know he's in it. Everybody's in it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that's why
everybody's here.
I wouldn't say it's like a successor.
It's a spiritual successor. It's not connected, I guess, story wise, but it's a spiritual successor.
I still want a sequel to that game, a real sequel.
Man, bro,
that game was good.
Let me tell you something. The problem was that only me and you bought that game. That's how you gonna get a sequel? How you gonna get a sequel when nobody bought the game, Baron?
Hey, bro, that game deserves a sequel. That game was so good.
Wait, which one we talking about here?
Mad World.
Okay, so they talk about Anarchy Reigns. I'm like, did you play it?
No, I played Anarchy Reigns. I'm talking about Mad World.
That game is a fucking mess.
It's not that good.
No wonder it's called Anarchy Reigns, because that's what the developers are like. I don't know what to do. Just throw them all in and see what happens.
I think when the game released, it was supposed to be a $6 game. They sliced it to $40 before the game even launched.
Instantly.
It was like but they didn't even have to wait for the game to launch. Like, they literally sliced the game to $40 before that launched because nobody was pre-ordering the game. Like, nobody pre-ordered the game. Like, 0 people.
Since we talking about sequels, am I the only one that wants a sequel to House of the Dead Overkill?
Yeah. No, I think
I think so, man. I think you might.
Nobody liked that game. Oh, that game was awesome.
I think there's like a weird thing for like on rail shooters right now. Like they're just not hot. Like no one wants to sit stagnant in a shooter really right now. I mean they're fun. I love them. Like you play them at the arcade, they're great. But it's like
I really want to see House of the Dead not be on rails though.
Arcade's great. Arcades are
let
good.
them know. Right in. Tell them how you feel. But hey, bruh, listen. I need you to take House of the Dead and Resident Evil that bitch, and then give me that.
Resident Evil that bitch.
I'd be down.
There you go.
House of like Resident Evil style House of the Dead.
Oh, dude, yeah. So it's a Red Steel 2. Yeah, dude, Red Steel 3. When?
I'll
use my Joy-Con to use a sword.
Yeah, Red Steel 3.
I want Joy-Con swords. Like I want to hold 2 Joy-Cons that have like 2 swords in the game. Dude, that'd be dope.
What's it called? The developers who made For Honor. They're the ones who made Red Steel.
Dude, get them back.
The team within Ubisoft that made For Honor made Red Steel.
They need to figure it out. Get that game going, dude. Switch exclusive.
I want Tatsunoko 2 versus Capcom to come back.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that game was so damn good. I played the hell out that game.
It was a good game.
I didn't know what the game. I couldn't find it.
I didn't know what the fuck a Tatsunoko was, but I played the hell out of it.
A Tatsunoko? It's a Tatsunoko.
Yo, we need Rugby 2019 already.
Rugby 2019? I've never played a rugby game.
Dude, I've only seen him in Canada.
Oh, okay. I've seen like cricket. You ever seen like those cricket games?
Oh yeah. Dude, I still don't understand the sport. I grew up. My best friend when I grew up was Indian, and he always watched cricket on TV with his dad. Yeah. I was over all the time. I still don't understand it. He made me like outside and play it. I'm like, I have no idea what the hell I'm supposed to do. I hit the ball and I run, but then like I don't understand how I have to keep running back and forth and not hitting the ball very far. Like I don't understand what's going on here.
When I was a kid, I got cricket and croquet confused, and I used to switch the two like all the time. But they're not the same game.
Why are old people always playing cricket?
Yeah.
You mean croquet? Yeah. No, that's the one with the bat and the ball.
The flat. It's like a bed or
it's a paddle, bro.
It's like a it's like a paddle.
It's a giant wood paddle, dude, and it hurts. It hurts.
It's like Is the game like baseball? Like
it's kind of like baseball,
cricket?
but
not croquet.
Yeah, it's like baseball, but if it was cricket.
It was like baseball, but if it was not baseball, if it was just
if it was more confusing.
It was more confusing. That's I can't be playing.
Baseball is easy. You watch, you kind of understand. Okay, you throw the ball, you hit the ball, you run the base, don't get out. Cricket's like, you throw the ball, you gotta hit the ball, you gotta run between some sticks. I don't know what else is happening. That's all I know about cricket is you run between sticks after you hit a ball with a paddle.
Well, I will say this. Let's take some questions from the chat, and then we're gonna skedaddle so these guys can get some rest and to be on their way. So we'll take a couple questions, and that'll be that. Somebody asked, did the stream just freeze?
No, it's running good on my end.
No,
we're live. We live. That's
your internet, bruh. Let's see here. We need Melee remastered.
No, we don't.
Y'all
need to let that thing die like it did.
It's already been remastered. 20XX.
Yeah, Crazy Taxi remastered.
I mean, no, Melee's literally already been remastered. 20XX is just like a HD version of Melee. It's just, and it has all the it's actually better than what Nintendo would do. 20XX is actually way better than what Nintendo would do because they have actual like training and the like let's say you play a CPU, it plays like freaking Mango or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they have actual data, like they have training options. Like 20XX is your Melee like remastered. It would be better. People would buy 20X or people would buy Melee HD or whatever Melee remastered and be like, man, this sucks compared to 20XX. You know? So I don't think there's any reason to do it. It has online play built in, good online play built in. You know, so I just download 20XX and have fun, man. It's free.
House of the Dead Overkill was amazing. Thank you, chat. Appreciate it. It was amazing.
Let's see. I want Travis touchdown and smash.
I think that's
maybe your wish may happen.
I don't know.
I think that's gonna happen now. Y'all made a fool of me before, but now it looks like it's gonna happen, don't it?
I don't know.
He has a percentage on the board.
That may happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
Y'all talked all that hot ish to me before, but now
all I want is Chrono and Smash. That's it. All I want is Chrono and Smash.
Tell Square Enix to make a new Chrono Trigger game.
They may do it. They may
do it now. They may do it now. Now that Trials of Mana's coming back. Oh my god, dude!
I got hope now.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god! I mean, I know Final Fantasy VII is gonna sell better and look, but dude, that was the announcement that made me the most hype. Was Trials of Mana, dude.
Listen, I almost lost my mind.
I did lose my mind. Man, I lost
It was too late. I would have moved the kids up.
Yeah.
First question. What do you think? What do you guys think about Mario Maker 2? What? I can't even. What? That makes no sense.
Do you guys think Mario Maker 2 would score higher or lower than its current score of 89?
I was just asking, what do you think is going to happen?
Did
in the
you?
future?
I thought at minimum it was going to be a 92.
I think it'll go up to like a 91, 92.
I think it still has the potential to go up once everyone else gets their hands on it tomorrow.
Tomorrow and the rest of the weekends. So
it also has a chance to go down. But it also has an equal chance to go up by 1 or 2 points. Up and down.
It's not going to move more than 1 point because it's already at almost 60 reviews. So you'll get like.
But this is a game that every outlet's going to be reviewing.
Yeah, so it's going to get over 100. So I'm just saying that as the more reviews it get, the harder for the score to move.
That's what I'm saying. It's only going to go up or down by 1, max 2. Like it's not going to. I don't think it's going to go past a 91 or go lower than an 87.
I would love for it to go to a 90 so Nintendo could break this record. So that'd be
dope. That'd be dope.
Yeah, because Damon X Machina is going to come out with perfect 10s, bro.
We all know Damon X Machina, right?
Yeah, you said it right.
It's going to be a solid 80, 82, 83. We know
exactly what I was going to say. 80, 82.
I mean, hey, that's wishful thinking. I hope it does.
Wishful? Wow, you really hating on that game.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it's like I
a mech game.
Anything too special with it. I've seen a lot of mech games, before.
But mech games don't come out very often, though. So
they used to all the time.
Not anymore.
There's a new Gundam every 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's Gundam. You mean those Dynasty Warriors Gundam games?
Those were part of it, but there is some
new
other
Gundam every 20.
There's a lot of mech stuff out there.
Not anymore though. I mean, the thing about the mech games,
just give me custom Robo HD.
Not the way they look, not the way Damon X.
I mean, it definitely has a unique art style. I'll give it that.
I think it's going to be low 80s.
It has
low 80s.
I said 80 to 83.
I have faith it's going to be decent. We hope it does well. Ace.
The voice acting wasn't too bad. The story is pretty decent. They got multiplayer.
Oh, you've played the whole game?
No, I played the demo.
Oh, okay.
I think you're talking about the story from the demo. Okay.
You can pretty much tell where the story is going. So that's a decent story.
Well,
what if it has a really shitty ending? You don't know. You haven't played it all the way.
But you up here talking about Death Stranding, we don't know nothing.
I'm not saying I don't think it's gonna win. I'm just saying it has like everyone's gonna give that game a pass.
Damon X Machina has PvP and it has cooperative and competitive multiplayer. So that's yeah.
And they fixed every major issue that everybody gave feedback on. So
have you played the fixed version?
I've seen it in action. I can tell they fixed the stuff.
They showed it.
I've seen companies lie, bro.
That's true.
I've seen companies lie.
That's true.
So they put out a bullshit demo at E3?
Yeah, some companies do that all the time. Go back to even like Killzone 2 where they faked everything how it looked.
That wasn't a demo. There was no demo though.
I know, but everything they made that just to lie. So I'm saying companies get away with some shit.
I don't know if this company would get away with it though, but they are getting away with claiming Damon X Machina footage on YouTube. So
hey, No Man's Sky was the biggest offender. Like it's a great game now, but when it came out, it's like look at all the stuff you could do, and they showed gameplay. Bro, it wasn't even a fraction of that. So I'm saying it's easy to lie.
I didn't know why y'all was hyped for No Man's Sky.
I just love space. I just want to explore.
The thing about it is that he has no honor. Like if a Japanese dude did this, he'd be disgraced out of his country if they lied like that. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like the culture, you can't lie like that in Japan with the game. Like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
No, I see what you're saying, though, and I know you're just.
We can't always put all this blind faith into something.
No, you can't. But I mean, like
that's the same thing with like the Avengers project when they said it's not going to have any like loot box or anything like that. But what's the catch? I'm not going to applaud you. What's the catch? Like we're in a day and age where there's so many companies.
Though.
I know, but I'm saying there's so many companies that are out there that do deal in shady practices because they're trying to make the most profit they can.
That's true.
So even with Cyberpunk, I'm hyped through the roof, but I'm still holding off this judgment that everything we've seen is a lie. Like there's still a part of me it's like don't believe it until you see it in your hands. Like it's dope, get excited because it looks interesting, but don't put everything I have into it. I'm the most excited for it, but I'll be the first one to tell you, it could suck. It could be a lie. It could be a sham. This is what it is.
I think the only thing that has faith with Cyberpunk is that 1 hour, almost 1 hour demo they put out in August. So I was a little bit skeptical because we kept seeing cinematics, but you know.
But that build of the game that they showed then with that hour is extremely different from what people got to see behind closed doors at E3 last year and this year. Like they're all different versions of the game. So we have no real idea where it is, how really it plays, and all the time they're showing it, people aren't getting their hands on it. This is pre-prepared for them to show. Like it's not like, oh, I could play it and see it for myself. So that's what has me skeptical. It's like, yeah, it looks great, but is it really this? Like this could be just a really good cutscene, and you made it to look like this, and you planned all the gameplay out for this specific thing, or you could, every game's a lie. Don't trust every game. That's my point. Don't blind faith it. Like be excited for what you want, support, but look into it. There's been lies in the past, and it sucks for games I've looked forward to.
Yeah, make sure y'all look into Borderlands 3 because that looks like a lie.
Yeah, honestly, dude, there's enough stuff in that game that I've seen and from gameplay and from all these events where I'm like, this is too good to be true. So honestly, it could be a giant lie. Who fucking knows, dude? It would suck, but
what about
I'm not gonna believe it.
What about this question? And David X Machina isn't gonna get a 74 on Metacritic.
No, it's not. I don't know who said that. They stupid.
That was VC.
Yeah, he'll get a 75.
It's not gonna get a 74 on Metacritic. This is the same guy who said it was gonna get delayed till next year. So we ain't gotta listen to what you gotta say. You said it was gonna
called out.
Said it was gonna be delayed till next year. It ain't delayed. It's coming out September, bro.
All these receipts, man.
Hold up. Okay, next question. Matthew Hammond says, what is the January release for Nintendo? The January release? We still got to. We still got to figure out the October, November, December releases though.
Boy, we got the Elite 8 dropping. We ain't worried about no January right now.
Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3 January.
The only one that can come out in January is Bayonetta. That's the only game that can possibly.
Yeah, it would have its own month for this. It would do huge. Some certain January games, if they're good, they can pull a huge January. So
I don't want her to come out in January because
Monster Hunter did January. Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil did January. Kingdom Hearts did January. I don't want Bayonetta to come out in January.
I was watching, real quick. I was watching Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that game is bad.
That game is bad.
I was watching Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that game is really bad, but the fans
game is a movie.
I don't think that game's very good, but you know what? I haven't played it, but I was watching a lot of it and really and I don't really think it's a good game, but hey, I think that, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop right there because I guess some of my fans. But I was watching on Awesome Games Done. I pretty much watched the whole game, and I'm like, I don't think this game is good. But you know what? Like I said, I haven't played it, so I'm not gonna sit here. But that's just me watching Awesome Games. But they're like the best at the game. They know all the secrets and how to manipulate everything and how to because they beat the game in 3 hours. So.
I can't stand Kingdom Hearts 3. I got to beat it though, to be fair, but I just don't like it.
You played it and you don't like it, huh?
I don't like. It's a movie. It's too much talking. Way too much talking.
What you mean? You don't like that Sony template?
No.
My favorite part is when it's like, hey, there's ingredients around here. I'm like, oh hell yeah, dude.
It's like literally Kingdom Hearts 3. You literally run in one area, fight a few monsters, cutscene. End cutscene. Run for about 5 minutes. Cutscene. End cutscene.
Hey, so what was the other Kingdom Hearts games?
There was more action. The other one.
Pretty similar.
I think Kingdom Hearts 2 was
way
a bit
more
different.
action. The other one. There was way more action in between.
Sure, but it's kind of the same concept. Go into a room, fight some enemies, cutscene with a Disney character, you move on.
It wasn't as blatant as this one though. Not nearly.
Sure,
as much.
I'm just giving the other argument.
I know.
I'm not saying I believe in it or not. Hey, who knows? Maybe I like the game, maybe I hate the game, but I won't tell you.
Here's an interesting question: who played the God Eater 3 demo?
I did. I played the whole thing. I played the whole thing on stream yesterday.
So what are y'all thoughts? I'll let you go before I tell you my thoughts. I played it too.
I think it's great. It's freaking fantastic. I love the Monster Hunter style, but like faster paced Monster Hunter. It's essentially what it is. I like the different weapon variety. There's tons of different weapons. I like it. I'm gonna pick it up.
Oh, only me and OJ played it.
I'm gonna play it.
I haven't even played God Eater 1, so I'm behind.
I haven't played God Eater 1 either, baby. Let's go.
Cheater. You can't just skip to 3. That's like playing Kingdom Hearts 3 without ever playing 1 or 2.
You know the funny thing is,
the other 1,000 spin-offs?
I played Kingdom Hearts 1, 2 and multiple like other than the spinoffs. But Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts
but we're
3,
talking God Eater now. Stop changing the subject.
Yeah, that's
MJ.
true. I didn't play God Eater 1 or God Eater 2.
You're a
played-
phony.
I'm a phony, baby.
I played the
Because we're gonna make a video. Yo, I
played.
played God Eater. The series is the best series I've ever played.
I think it's just really just average, honestly. I think
Hot takes. Disagree.
I like that the combat is faster than Monster Hunter, but everything else is just math to me. It's just average.
It's 8 players online.
I mean, that's nice, but
What are you doing online? What's the game?
it's not really that interesting.
It's
The
like
monsters-
it's like Monster Hunter, but more.
but the
more
monsters are
anime.
not really that interesting either. So it's like
Yeah, the monster designs necessarily aren't as interesting as nowhere near as interesting as Monster Hunter. I will say that.
there's nothing about these monsters that say, "Ooh, I want to hunt that and kill it." You know,
I can.
No,
I
I'm
can
just
see
gonna
that.
leave it alone. I'm gonna play the game.
Well, because it's like futuristic looking. It's not like wild beasts, like flesh beasts are always going to be more interesting, in my opinion, at least when it comes
So
to
what, you're just fighting like mech dinosaurs?
yeah, like mechy type of like like mech beasts, kind of like mech looking beasts, and like sometimes like
So you know, like
you
Zero
know.
Dawn like that?
huh?
You like Horizon Zero Dawn like that?
Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn's good. It's just like it falls into the same line of like Sony games. It seems like a lot of effort is put into graphics and not a lot is put into like more evolved gameplay. Horizon Zero Dawn.
though.
Horizon Zero Dawn is great. No, it's great. It's probably my favorite. It's like my favorite Sony game, maybe.
man,
But
Because you could jump.
you can jump and attack. You can. No, Horizon Zero Dawn's great. It's just I don't know. There's just something. There's something.
and you chop down a tree.
You can't. That's the thing. You can't. You can't cut grass. You can't chop down a tree. And it almost takes me like because like they make this like oh you're a hunter. You're in the wild. But then you can't even do like the most basic things like that. You know what I'm
It's a lot
saying?
of programming, man.
You can't climb walls, bruh.
No, you can't. No.
No, hey, Legend of Zelda.
Abaddon,
figured it out.
in
They're
that
like,
game-
Legend of Zelda's like, yeah, climb anything. Fuck
In
it, we
that
don't
game,
care.
you can't even
Just
make
climb.
an arrow.
Oh, I have it.
You can't even make an arrow stick in a tree in that game.
Oh, trust me, I know I have it. I got it for $20.
and that's the
I think
issue that I have.
your aim's just
I feel that it's like a game that like they just say let's make the best looking graphics as possible. Screw actual cool like things to manipulate the world because that's gonna mess with the graphics if we do that. So we want to make sure it looks the best possible, but you can't like that game. That game was like built for it to be like okay,
Why
you
do you
can
think-
you can climb and you can do other things, but you can't do any of that. All it is just you're just fighting and then it's story. Fighting and then story, and then you're hiding in some bushes, then fighting and then story, and that's the main issue that I have. It's like this is you're out in the wild. You're supposed to be able to like crap and like climb and like cut down stuff. Like you should be able to do all that. Why can't you do any of that in that game? That's
I mean,
like,
on
that's
top
like,
of that,
what?
she was also ugly as hell.
No,
So
you know what? She was she was not ugly.
No, she's slim thick, all right?
No, she was not ugly. She was a realistic look, and I appreciate what they did. I thought she was. She doesn't wear real makeup. If she wore like makeup and got dressed up like a,
She just reminded me of
So
Madame
basically, you
from
saying
Brave.
she ugly, she just need to put on makeup. That's basically what you're saying.
well, a lot of women sometimes maybe.
Oh my god, OJ, you're not about to say that.
Hey, but no, y'all seen it though. That's why
Oh my god!
I always say, yo, girls, like you don't gotta wear
Here's the
makeup.
thing.
You don't gotta wear so much makeup all the time. You guys look good. You guys look good without the makeup. You know.
Hey, here's the thing you need to think, OJ. Listen, all right. She may be cute or slim thick, but listen, it's the post-apocalyptic future, right? They ain't got showers anymore. She ain't washing no legs. All right, she stinks.
Oh man, that's the joke of the night.
Hey.
Hashtag wash your legs.
Oh my god!
Shit,
OJ.
for that whole game, wash your whole damn self.
Look, I'm not big on women wearing like clogging up their pores.
I'm
wearing
not
a bunch of
either.
makeup.
I like natural beauty.
Yeah, me too. That's why I said that she's not that.
No,
that's why I
I
said she's
want
not
someone
super
to
ugly.
wear 80 pounds of makeup. Like, don't even.
I'll
look
say
like
this.
yourself.
I'll say this because I've actually dated women who are heavy into makeup, and I know women who do makeup. It depends on how you apply it, really, because there's some women who do makeup, but they give off a natural look, but you didn't know they put on makeup. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I know.
Well, here's the thing. Makeup just gets in the way, man. If I want to go in for a quick peck or I want to lick you on your face and I come up with a mouthful of
This
Well,
guy.
you went from 0 to 100 real quick. If I want to go in for a quick peck or lick you on the face.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, baby, I'm gonna come home tonight. I'm gonna lick your cheek.
I don't want no chick laying down with me in the bed and she wake up a whole face on the pillow. I don't want I'm sorry.
They want to
can't
make sure
stand
you
that.
remember them.
This man went from 0 to a quick peck or a lick.
To a lick.
Sometimes I just go home, kiss my girl, and maybe sometimes just lick her whole face off. Depends on the whole mood. Sometimes I just walk in and give her a Charlie horse on her ankle. See what happens.
Y'all know how y'all do y'all boo thing. You know what I mean? Y'all might get a little bit intense, when y'all come home and you might lick on her neck, and next thing you know, you got foundation on your tongue.
No, I'm sitting there eating a whole salad and look at her like, damn, and pour ranch on her face and lick it off. Shit. Oh, man, it's a good time, man. Good times. You ever take a cantaloupe and just put it on her head?
Don't hug you if they wear a lot of makeup. Yeah. That shit is all over your shirt.
I can see why you don't like makeup if you try to lick people's faces, man. You licking Kim Kardashian's money at that point, my man.
Hey, listen, man. Tell her to get better flavors of makeup.
The reason I don't like makeup is because those reasons I gave, right?
Yeah. No,
also the reason of
you're just weird. You don't like to lick people's
I'm not weird. There's nothing wrong with licking your boo.
What up, baby?
Okay, I mean I'm not even gonna go there.
It's like, shit, get in the bedroom already. Relax.
But the thing
you
is,
just lick at you go out to eat at Applebee's. I'm just gonna kiss my wife, lick her face.
But the thing is, I don't want to seem like I'm dating two different people because you look too different. You like two different people with makeup and makeup off.
Yeah,
like that's just scary, dog.
Yeah,
it's just like, nah, bro.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it definitely happens. If you look at some people's makeup tutorials, I mean, some people look two different.
Oh Lord, that's that's sorcery, dog. That is straight sorcery.
Date women on Tinder, for example.
Jesus Christ, man.
Two completely different things. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, well, I'm stuck for the night. So
I think I learned some new tactics and why I'm not too smooth with the ladies. I need to be licking their face, dude. That's the ticket. You go up to a girl, you're like, "What's up, baby?" They name some shade and you just lick their face.
Oh, Jordan, you know you gotta whisper a little something in the ear, give them a little.
Oh, I got like this.
But you gotta take that tongue. You gotta take that tongue and go right under the jawline, right under the
under the right dude, I'm getting like full curvature of the face, bro.
Right there, bro.
Damn, dude. No, dude, that's a lot.
I don't think I've ever licked a girl's face before. I'll be honest, man. I don't think I have.
You gotta try it because then they imagine it's like, oh, that tongue. I wonder what to do. So you gotta.
Yeah. Oh, I bet girls like, oh, thanks. I got a wet face of fucking makeup. She's fucking smeared her goddamn like whatever it's I don't know make a foundation. There you go. That's
thank you for licking my face. That was you were very skilled with your tongue. I appreciate that, sir.
5 more hours putting on this makeup again because you licked it all off. And nasty.
Guess what? That lets me know if I'm dealing with a natural beauty or a made up beauty.
Hey man, can I lick your face real quick before I buy you a drink?
This man Bear knows the taste of all the different makeup. He's like,
he goes. That's couture or some shit like
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this. I remember this one girl I was talking to. She wore so much makeup. I didn't know she wore that much makeup because it blended well. But if I kiss you on the cheek and it looked like I done ate powdered donuts, it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, dude, why'd you say powdered donuts? I'm hungry. That sounds so good
too much,
right now.
Man.
I think this might be a good time to wrap things up. Jordan's hungry.
No,
we're not on YouTube, so screw off.
I still didn't eat dinner yet, so that's in the microwave.
Yeah. I've got to get a video done for you guys tomorrow morning. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to do outros. Okay? We're going to start off with my man, Jordan Fringe. Jordan?
Hi.
I don't know where they can find you.
I'm your man, Jordan Fringe. You can find me on YouTube at Jordan Fringe. I'm coming back to content soon. I've been on a hiatus aside from my video that went out the other day about mental health. Yeah, I'm working on stuff. You can follow me if you want. You don't have to. I'll be here every week. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's getting weird, dude. People are licking faces now. So.
you have to follow Jordan. There, I said it. You have to follow.
Yeah, you guys.
I mean, that's the Avedon okay. So now you got to do it.
It ain't as weird as people talking about they used to have titties. The hell's weird?
I still got mine. Shit, hey, if that's a console, hey, I still got mine. Come watch me lose them.
A lot of guys used to have titties. Not the only one. That's from suffering from former tittyage.
Hey, I'll be giving away a lot of shit because of charity. So if you guys want a chance to win like Switches and shit in the future, shit, come on through. Hang out.
I'm gonna link Jordan's
Thanks. I was too lazy.
No, it's all good. I got
You
you.
chose me first. I didn't have enough time to go grab my link.
No, I got you. So guys, go subscribe to Jordan's page over there. He's
Yeah, you better.
going towards 29,000 subscribers. So get him.
Yeah,
get him
we're
there.
close. We're like 180 away.
Get him,
Like
get
that.
him there. Get him there soon. Next up, we've got Avedon. Avedon, tell them where they can find you at, my man.
You can find me on 2 channels. You can find me on Avedon Smith at YouTube and ASVG Beats. I put up a new beat on this past Monday. I'm working on a vlog for Too Many Games because that was a lot of fun. That video should be out by next Monday. I'm going to take my time, especially this week dealing with mental health. I'm just taking some time to do more self-care and not just push myself way too much, especially since I'm still in mandatory overtime status for my regular job. So lowering my video output, but still just spending time with the community. So fun times. I will link my.
I linked it for you. Oh, you can link your Beats channel.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
And you have to subscribe. That's the Jordan okay.
Thank you. I'll be the way. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, you have to.
Actually,
It's not even
you
a
have-
question.
Actually, you have to.
You're gonna be banned from this Twitch channel if you don't do it.
And make sure you check out Emperor. You know, or actually, let's move on. Sorry, what am I make you check out? Baron, where can they find you at, my man? I got your channel link right here, though.
Oh, you got it, because I damn sure can't do it. And I want to give a shout out to BC. He understands about the licking the women faces. Lick them on the ear. They love that. See,
I mean, I
this is
get
what
the
we talk
ear,
about.
but you're straight licking their jawline, bro.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
it's right there. It's in the same vicinity, dog. You got to know what you're
I
doing.
mean, would you like a woman licking your beard area? Like, I don't know, it's just weird.
I would love a. Okay, let me stop.
I would love a woman to lick my face back. That's how I know
Think
she's
top
the
of that
one.
hole.
Yeah, that was about to be the.
Oh no, man, mayo.
Woo, child.
Anyway,
Seriously.
y'all know where to find me. Got the link in the chat. You know, let's get hyped for this Nintendo Elite 8. I'm ready. I'm getting Super Mario Maker tomorrow. Probably will make a video tomorrow too. So
Yeah, you guys check out Baron. He's been pumping out some pretty
live.
good video for Baron. I mean, Baron went on like a 7-year hiatus. So I mean, like, and he went on and didn't tell anybody why. He just did, even though he could have made videos the whole time. He just said, "Oh, now I'm gonna make videos again." His videos are great, doing good, getting good views, getting thousands of views on his videos. So I mean,
Hey man, I felt like, to be honest with you, I felt like I was like one of these small few Nintendo guys really pushing hard. And then, you know, people like you started popping up, and then Trey popping up. You know, everybody started popping up. I was like, well, my job is done, man. Everybody, all the Nintendo fans have came alive, so I can like relax.
did you grab your
You
bag
know
like
what I mean?
Ryu was like the end of the music started and he just started walking off into the sunset? You just grabbed your Wii U and everything and just said, "Oh, my job is done." He just
Yeah.
walked off.
Yeah, I
music
mean, it was. I think OJ can agree with that. It's a lot more Nintendo content creators now than it was like back when I was doing all them Wii videos. It's a lot more. It's a lot
Guys,
more
you
good
have to check out this brand new Wii game. It's called Fling Smash. It comes with a controller.
I legit couldn't do no videos at the time when I wanted to do videos. I didn't have money for a mic. My phone was trash, so I was like, nope.
Hey, I was 2 years old. I couldn't during
Hey
the Wii
man, that's
era.
no excuse. Dr. Trey was doing videos on the iToy, so it's no excuse.
I know a lot of people who started YouTube using the iToy as a camera.
Listen, when I finally got myself together, I was like, all right, let me start doing some stuff. And then I did voiceovers for the longest time, and then I just said, you know what? Screw this.
We gotta
Does it
put,
sound like this, where he's like this? So today we're gonna talk.
we gotta put Baron's theme on. We got Baron's theme playing. Ryu's theme ending theme from Street Fighter 2.
Oh, we gotta do it.
Got Baron's theme, and he just picture Baron walking off to the sunset with this music on. Like, I've done my job. OJ,
Perfect.
it's up to you.
Y'all was holding it down so I could, you know, relax. Focused on my wrestling a little bit. Now I knew I was gonna come back. I wasn't ever gonna stay away.
No, I think we brought you out of retirement.
We had there was too much stuff going on. You had
This
to come.
podcast brought you in because you started doing the podcast. Like, yeah, I'll be on. Then you came on the next week. Then you started making videos. You're hooked again, man. You
Yeah,
got the whole.
Well, I made a couple of videos before I got.
Yeah, no, you got the bug from this, dude. You're in it. You're in it.
You're in it now. It's
You
fun.
go to the podcast. You
What
can
really
never
gave me the
leave
bug
and then
is-
start your own show.
What really? We're really. I'm not gonna pull a Mandy. Mandy, I still love you.
nothing but love.
I don't know. You might be mad at her if you watched the debate between her and Shadow Fox last night. People were giving her a hard time.
What she do?
We was trying to buy the channel. Yo, chill out.
Yeah,
guys.
I gotta chill. She said a couple things that might have been kind of questionable, but it's all good. At the end of the day, I think everybody understood everybody and it was good. So.
Questionable how?
Wow.
Well, she said that. Well, one of the things is she said
that.
she said that system features are based off of power.
What's based off of power? I totally didn't listen.
Based off the power, like based off of power, as in like Switch is
What's
not
based
powerful
off-
enough to run to have voice chat built into the system.
Oh.
So that's the reason.
No, it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's literally being blocked by Nintendo.
Yeah, no,
they're literally blocking it. It can totally do it.
Yeah, no, it's in there. They just don't wanna.
They don't want it exactly. But so that there was just some things that people were gonna get, and like we had like the mods had to really like tell people to like chill, like 'cause, like they were being rude to her, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was
That's
watching the
the
chat
internet.
closely last night.
She was still. I forgot what I was even saying. What was I even saying?
I don't know what you were saying.
Licking cheeks,
I don't
washing
lick-
legs.
Hold up now. I do wash legs. I don't about licking no cheeks.
What's your requirement for a girl? I mean, she has to wash her legs, make sure them clean. She has to have clean thighs. I don't want
I
no
hope she
dusty
washes-
ass, sweaty
I
thighs.
hope she washing more than them legs.
Yo, I gotta say something though, guys. Tonight we just hit partnership with all three goals.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Shit,
Yo,
partnership
congrats.
on Twitch.
Now they gotta just approve it, but we actually hit all the goals.
The requirements.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
congrats, my dude.
Yo, shout out to the ninjas village. What are we on Twitch? Is the same thing?
Fire Nation. So yeah.
The Fire Nation.
Fire
Ninjas
Nation,
of the
okay,
Fire
cool.
Nation.
Yeah.
Still the same.
Why we can't be legions on Twitch?
Because that
reminds me of Watch Dogs 3, and I don't like Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. I think Watch Dogs 3 is gonna be kind of garbage too. I kind of think that game's gonna be kinda garbage.
that's the biggest lie I've heard of them say. You can play as anyone. No, you can't. Shut the fuck up. No, you can't. Stop lying. You did this with the first game. Did it with the whole series has been based on lies. I don't believe it.
You don't believe it until you see it. Until you see.
I don't even when I see it. I'm still not gonna believe it. I'm like, no, this is fake. I'm just watching something that's not real. BS.
Hey,
Don't trust
man,
them.
When I'm playing as Gimon or whatever it is, isn't there? I'm gonna tell you you were wrong. I'm playing as the president of Ubisoft.
When I can play as just any random old dude, like, oh, there's a guy here mowing this guy's lawn. Hey, I'm gonna play as this guy now. If they can do it, cool. I don't believe it.
You wasn't sold by Granny busting a cat?
No, I've played Saints Row games. They're way crazier than just I'm an old lady. I could tackle someone and shoot. Cool, dude. I could be a trans person with a giant fucking dildo riding a spaceship.
What the hell?
Yeah, you could do that in Saints Row.
It's possible.
In the fourth game, you're a superhero. You literally can fly. Can I fly in Watch Dogs 3? No, I can't.
Well, it's more realistic.
It's more realistic.
Oh yeah, it's real realistic where everyone in the city is a damn spy. Everyone could just say, "Oh, now all of a sudden I can handle a gun and do that."
I think that's more realistic than a transgender flying a disco dildo.
Disco.
Listen, now you sold me. You said disco. Shit, I'm in.
It's disco. I'm not just regular. It's
Watch Dogs 3 doesn't look like anything special to me. It's like, hey, we made another Watch Dogs game, and it's like, cool. I'm very, very excited. I'll rather play any one of the 25 Tom Clancy games they announced instead.
25.
Dude, that whole I'd rather play that mobile game where they shove Sam Fisher into it.
God.
I think Jonathan Spawn was literally gonna go drive to your house and slap you for saying that one. Like he's gonna be like, just park.
That's fine.
Like,
I deserve it, but Watch Dogs 3.
Call that slap wave coming to a Jordan Fringe near you.
Hey, he's only like 45 minutes from
Yeah, he come here just give you one slap, then go drive right back home. Get ready for Newswave in the morning. All right, well we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate it. This podcast might or might not be up on. It probably won't be up on YouTube. I'll be honest, man. We said a couple different things here, so
yeah, this is a Twitch exclusive.
Why it can't be on YouTube? What happened?
Because YouTube's lame, man. I ain't even trying to give them my expert content with
I also said the F word about 500 times, so it's not getting monetized.
I'm not even trying to give them my. I don't even like. I just want to focus The funny thing about YouTube, real quick before we go, YouTube, my channel, I've been doing less and getting more subscribers.
Yeah,
Because when Jordan told me about the algorithm literally screws you by doing more on their service. If you live stream on their service, it screws you and stops people from watching your content because of the amount of notifications that you put out.
You can have up to 3 and 24 hours before they stop sending it out.
And if you live stream consistently like me and do multiple videos like me, then you have to pick and choose your points. So it's like, okay, well, if I put this on YouTube, that's going to maybe stop one of my notifications.
But here's the thing. So let's say you do a video in the morning, you live stream midday, and you have a video at night, right? So it's from that third video. So 24 hours after that third video, but you're already for the next day have a video going out in the morning.
Exactly.
Mid-stream live day, and then another video. And all 3 of those notifications, maybe except for that last one, like they're not going to go out because it's like, hey, well, you've already used your 3 and 24 hours. So
and they don't put that out there. That's
no, this is inside ball. Like this is all information about the algorithm that only people who have like check marks that can actually speak to a rep can actually get information like this.
Okay, yeah. So that kind of makes sense why your last few videos have been significantly bumped up from what you was doing before.
Yeah, because more people are actually seeing. Like I would get like 2,000 or 3,000 views on videos, and now I'm getting consistently like 5,000 or 6,000 views, or even higher than that with the Fire Emblem stuff. And I'm getting more subscribers. My channel's not getting washed out as much because I'm literally doing less on the platform, which is
that's why gameplay
that
channels
was happening before even hearing this information. I feel like that was oversaturating and kind of pushing people's channels out of the way.
Look what happened
so much
with the rise of the game player channels. Like, a few years ago with Markiplier, PewDiePie, and, Jacksepticeye, there was a reason why they only uploaded 2 videos a day. One in the morning, one in the afternoon, right? And they did 2 every day, so they always hit their notifications. Everything was good, and they had a good rise because they had more than just 1 video a day. They had 2, and both of them would get pushed out because that third one would hit in that first 24 hours, and that second one would be fine because it's just right outside of it. And it would just keep all pushing together. They do a part of a series this day and another game at night, so it's all different stuff. But since they have multiple, like if they did part 1 of something on this day, and then they continued part 2 the next day, and they did part 3 the day after that, that becomes a pocket of content. So all of those videos are feeding off each other. That third video should do way better than the first video because it's getting pushed out more because it got the most recognition. Oh, he's doing a pocket of content. So if someone watched 1, we're going to make sure this is in their recommendations. It's a YouTube algorithm. There's ways to play it. They constantly change it, but there's a lot of ways to play it, and that's why there's a lot of really successful people that grow really fast because they know exactly how to come into the game and hit exactly what they need to hit.
It just wasn't, to me, it's just not. Twitch is a platform to where my notifications actually work properly. Live streaming, you can live stream for a long amount of hours and to where it's not a problem. You don't got to worry about, there's just so much things that are better on this platform for live streaming. I don't even know if I'm going to even put it on the YouTube channel. I might, if I feel like it. I might not. I don't know.
You still got to put it out there for everybody. They
can come over here and watch.
Well, I mean, people who can't watch live, OJ.
Yeah, that's true. I'll put it out. I didn't put last week's. I'll put this week's.
No, you didn't. You didn't do that.
I'll put this week's. But I gotta wait 24 hours from when this one ends. So
yeah,
because of the rules. So
that's the Twitch rule. Yeah,
Twitch rules. I gotta wait 24 hours. So I'll wait 24 hours, and then you guys will get this on there. But maybe I'll put last week's. Maybe I won't. Maybe this podcast will be over. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. We're all gonna go get some food and
wash your damn leg.
Oh, and another thing, guys.
Lick your girl face too.
Yeah, lick your girl face, wash your legs, and Spider-Verse is on Netflix right now in 4K. Go watch that tonight.
But I also have already owned it on Blu-ray for months.
Yeah, but it's on
4K
Netflix.
Blu-ray.
And I have Netflix for free from an old Tinder date.
Yeah, but I got physical on my shelf.
Don't worry, she gonna lock you out soon.
Well, it's already been over a year.
Wow.
She was too petite anyway. So anyway.
She
must have really forgot then. Damn.
Well, I don't think she even cared. She's a cool girl, but she was just a little too skinny. A little too skinny.
Bruh.
A little too skinny?
A little too skinny.
How much she weigh?
She probably weighed about 100 and...
And it's still live. That's the funny part.
120, 25 pounds maybe?
125.
About 5 foot, about 5'4", 5 foot
125 pounds.
She a little ting.
My God, she was like a skeleton.
Yeah, she was a little too skinny. She didn't look that skinny on her profile picture, but apparently she was.
Wow.
Anyway, all right, that wraps it up for this one here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.
Peace.
Wash your legs.
Licky, licky.